What is up, folks? Greetings and happy Thursday. Flamingo Jazz, what's good? What's good? It's Thursday, and it's time to stream, and hopefully my internet will work tonight. Wednesday's stream was, well, I don't want to call it a disaster, but it didn't go great. So far, we've been live for 15 minutes, 10 seconds, and 0 dropped frames, so that's promising, but who knows? Swordfam, what's up, dude? Metroid. Exactly, yes. Exactly. We're going to be continuing Metroid Fusion. I almost said Metroid Prime for some reason. Metroid Fusion is what we're playing, nothing else. Yeah, so we had to cut stream a little short last time due to constant dropped frames. I should hope that we are within, within finishing distance. But I don't know, like the pacing and structure of Fusion has been so different that it's been a little unpredictable. Like, clearly we're in the latter parts of the game, but it's hard to tell if we're like headed towards the very end or if there's still like a significant sort of tour around the entire map to go through first. Like that wouldn't really, I mean, I guess we're kind of in the middle of that tour because we've been kind of going through between different sectors without going through the hub and whatever. But yeah, I've been enjoying this game a lot, more than I expected, to be honest. It is somewhat stressful given that it is significantly harder than any of the other games we've played, but it's cool. I just hope we don't get completely brick-walled towards the very end. We're going to try to go through, collecting stuff to make sure we have as many energy tanks and missiles as we can, reasonably, by the time we get to the end. But, we had some struggles with a few boss fights, and, like, everyone was talking up Nightmare as this, like, everyone hates this boss, it's the worst. And we did it first try. And even that weird plant thing took I think it was like 3 tries. But even then, like, it took 2 deaths before I understood how the shit worked. So like every attempt was a significant step forward. So even if we get some tough boss fights towards the end, I hope that we will be able to persevere. But we'll see if we even get that far tonight. Today, aside from being Thursday and Stream Day and Metroid Day, it is, I would be remiss not to mention, the final day of September. So if you were on the fence about subscribing or gifting subs or in any way making use of the September sub discount on Twitch, tonight would be your last chance to do so. But no pressure, obviously. It's, it's just a public service announcement. Let's call it that. It is also the first day of sorts, I guess, of a Tokyo Game Show. I don't exactly know what to expect of Tokyo Game Show this year. It does have some kind of an offline, on-location component, but I guess it's all mostly online streams and presentations and stuff. I haven't really kept up, but I did, of course, make sure to check in on the SNK KOF 15 news that came out this morning. So SNK did a live presentation, which was pretty unremarkable. But they did show a trailer for Squid Kid, whose official name, I guess, is Isla. But I don't know. She's still Squid Kid to me. She looks okay, I guess. Not really my type of character. I wasn't really expecting her to be, so I'm not in any way disappointed or underwhelmed. She looks interesting, like, similar to Shunei. She's got, like, double jumps and air dashes, and, like, she's using her hand, like, floaty hand things to do, like, kind of unique movement stuff. I think she's cooler than Shunei, for sure. So, she seems alright. So they did have some exhibition matches, which I didn't really watch because I was kind of going back to sleep to get another half hour of sleep before I went to work this morning. But so the presentation was kind of whatever, but there was also, like, because there is some kind of limited show floor, there have been people on location playing the game, and there's been some impressions. People have posted, like, pictures and videos and stuff on Twitter. And I haven't really had time to dig into it too much, but it's cool. Like stuff is finally, like, people are getting hands-on experience with KOF 15 and can talk a little bit more about specifics and details about how stuff works and everything. That's pretty cool. They also kind of surprise dropped the K-Dash trailer later in the day, like a few hours ago. And I don't have a lot to say about K-Dash. He looks like K-Dash, I guess. Nothing to complain about there, really. He has like a command normal that he didn't have in 13 or 14. It's like a forward kick kind of thing, which I guess he used to have in, I don't know, 02 or something. KOF 11 maybe. That's cool, I guess. But it's always, you know, KOF news, always exciting. Always exciting. I just saw on Twitter, like, minutes ago, that apparently there's going to be a Sonic the Hedgehog collab in Monster Hunter Rise. So, if you're into that, that's cool, I guess. I suppose they actually announced which I guess hadn't been announced previously. I think Capcom announced a release date for the PC version of Rise, which is like January or something, early next year. Well, that's cool, I guess. I wonder if that coincides, because there's that big DLC thing coming out. I was gonna say that's what it was like with the World, that the PC version came out around the same time as Iceborne, but I'm actually not sure if that's true at all. PC version came later anyway, and that's the case this time as well. But it would seem that PC would be much preferable. Well, the DC... Okay, yeah, that actually... Right, that makes sense, because when I said it out loud, I was always like, wait, but wasn't it, like, further off, the DLC thing? Because the PC version seemed like it's coming pretty soon. So that makes sense. But hopefully it'll be out on PC at the same time, then, because it would suck if it's out on console and the PC doesn't get the DLC. Like, I guess maybe that's... Maybe that's what it was like on with World. Like, I remember there being, maybe it wasn't the DLC, but like events and stuff. I don't know, there was some weird thing where the PC version was like behind the console version, I think. Anyway, I still have my copy of Monster Hunter World for PS4 that I played all of 25 minutes before literally falling asleep. Through no fault of the games, I was just, I wasn't sleeping well at the time, so I just fell asleep and I was like, oh man, I want to play this, but it seems like an investment, and if you're going to literally fall asleep trying to play it, that's not the best circumstances, and I didn't really ever have better circumstances or opportunities, so I just didn't get around to it. But that's neither here nor there. Anyway, definitely super excited for KOF. It's gonna be good, I'm sure. It's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it. And it might actually even be playable online, which would be exciting. I was gonna say it would be new for KOF. That's not exactly true, because they have been releasing, you know, the rollback patch stuff they added to like 2K2 and stuff, which actually they also announced that they'll be patching in the same like online stuff that they had for that game in KOF 98 UMFE, which is cool. You know, more games getting more playable online stuff is obviously always a good thing. Trying to think if there's any other like news stuff, housekeeping shit we should get out of the way before we jump into Metroid. I can't think of much, other than I guess I should mention, in case people had missed that information, that we did reach the community challenge goal thing, whatchamacallit, last, was it on Monday? I think so. In any case, we will be doing another Viewer's Choice versus Fighting Game bonus stream tomorrow night, which, always a great time. I'm always looking forward to that. I gotta try to squeeze in time to test a few more PS3 games to see if we can get them running. Like, it seems like the PS3 thing, apparently someone mentioned that like it's a known issue, I guess, that Tekken Tag Tournament 2 specifically causes some kind of overheating problem on like launch model PS3s. Because I have had other situations where the game or where the console like froze up or crashed. But I think that was like trying to use the PlayStation Store stuff, which kind of like, it doesn't seem that surprising given how badly the PlayStation Store chugs on the PS3. But any of the games I've tried to see if they ran on it, like I haven't had any other issues with other games. So hopefully PS3 games should be fine moving forward. But I still want to do some testing before promising too much. Anyway, fighting games tomorrow. But tonight is all about Metroid, so why don't we get that going? Hang on, give me a second here to some setup here. Let's hop on over there and see if we can't find the game there and pause these jams, as we're gonna get some Metroid jams coming up in just a second. Willow-san, what's up? Happy Thursday. Maybe mod the PS3. Maybe. But I mean, what I should do, frankly, is just open it up and air it out. But it's just a little bit of an undertaking. I'm lazy, you know. But I mean, I've had it since launch, literally. So it's what, 15 years old. So that's 15 years of dust piling up inside. Like, I've heard anecdotally that even the stuff that people do with their PS3s in terms of like reapplying the thermal paste and stuff, like, it's arguable how much of an effect that has, but whenever anyone does such an operation, it tends to coincide with them just kind of opening up and airing out the system. So that has probably an effect as well. So I don't know. Frankly, what I would want really is I'd like to get a slim PS3, because I mean, the launch models are fucking honking huge. They're really clunky, and like, for a long time I valued the PS2 backwards compatibility, but the PS2 backwards compatibility is kind of shit on PS3 anyway. I would much rather, like, I have no reason really to play PS2 games on my PS3, so getting a PS3 that is not capable of playing PS2 games makes no difference to me at this point. I have a PS2, which I would much rather use anyway. And, you know, getting a new system would come with a larger hard drive. It would have Wi-Fi, which this model does not, etc. I mean, fewer USB ports, I guess, but like, it'd still be a win, I think. I was actually not that long ago looking at buying a slim PS3. Because they, you know, I was looking at, there was like some auctions, and going prices for them doesn't seem too bad. But it's, I mean, I think I placed a bid on an auction, but I was outbid because I wasn't that important that I would get it, because I feel I could rather wait and get a cheaper one. Thinking getting Japanese PS3 for PS2 games, 100% not worth it. Literally, like, just buy a PS2 in that case. Like, I mean, I will say this: there was recently discovered. Technically, it was discovered a long time ago, but it was recently making the rounds, kind of becoming more broadly known. That there is a hidden debug code that you can, there's like some input that you can do on your PS3 when you're playing PS2 games that gives you access to some kind of debug options which allow you to turn off VSync, which apparently, supposedly, really improves the input lag, because that's like the major issue. When you're playing PS2 games on PS3, the input lag is awful. It's like horrendous. But that's not the only issue. The upscaling is also really questionable. You get a lot of weird interlacing artifacts. It just doesn't look good. So if the debug code to like turn off the VSync legitimately fixes the input delay issue, then at least PS2 games are like playable on PS3. They still won't look great, but they're playable. So depending on what your TV situation is and what you're going to be playing it on, I guess hypothetically a cheap PS3 at least has video outputs that you can connect to a modern TV and you can play it that way. But it's not what I would recommend. I mean, I would definitely recommend getting a PS2 and like a retro tank or an OSSC, or even, I think, frankly, even the cheapest shitty Chinese like upscalers you could get is still probably going to give you a better image on a modern TV than the PS3's internal upscaler, in my opinion. So I would definitely not recommend a PS3 for PS2 games. But, you know, if you get one really cheap and it's more accessible to you than having a separate upscaler and stuff, and if the debug code to turn off the VSync actually works. I haven't had the opportunity to test it myself, so I can't vouch for it. But if that's possible, like, and if those stars all align, then at least it's not like a terrible idea. It's not a complete waste of time, but it wouldn't be my recommended way. Yeah, you can get those like kind of system bespoke, like PlayStation AV out to HDMI things, and I think those are pretty much, they're kind of the equivalent of just getting a universal HDMI, like SCART to HDMI upscaler or whatever. The thing about those things is that the landscape changes so quickly. Like every few months, like the stuff that I used to have haven't been available for years because they get, all these different Chinese manufacturers, like they put out the same product with different branding, and it's going to be available for a few months, and then something else, like the supply of those particular parts dry up, and then there's a new design or something. Like it just moves very rapidly. So unless you deliberately keep buying those things to keep tabs on what's going on, it's kind of hard to keep up on what happens to be available on the market right now. But I would say for sure, like if you're interested in what's a cost-efficient and decent solution, or even just like what options there are for playing older console games on modern TVs, etc., like check out like Retro RGB on YouTube. They do a shit ton of different tests and stuff. Like I guess it's retrorgb.com, probably the website. They have like a blog and stuff, but they do like a weekly roundup of news, but also they do a lot of like reviews and testing of different kind of solutions, and always with a lot of comparisons. So if you look into that kind of stuff, you can make an informed purchasing decision, because there's a lot of options out there these days. Like I think for sure, if you have multiple systems, the RetroTink 5X Pro is like the best option you have easily. I have an OSSC and I have a RetroTink 5X Pro. The OSSC is fine. It's not bad by any means, but it is a little more finicky and a little harder to use and not as good as the RetroTink 5X. And it was more accessible and not quite as expensive, but I'm not even sure what the situation is with that stuff nowadays. But the specific quirks or the specific things that aren't as good may or may not be an issue. But like both Saturn and N64 are consoles that have games that switch pretty rapidly between 240p and 480i. Not all games, but some games. And that is specifically like a huge strength of the RetroTink 5X Pro, because it's the only upscaler or line doubler really on the market that can handle resolution switching at like near real time. Pretty much any other converter or upscaler is gonna the signal's gonna drop or anything from like a second to 5 seconds anytime the resolution switches, which if a game does it frequently enough, it's gonna drive you insane. I mean, there's more than a few games I think where the pause menu, like if you have a game where the pause menu is in 480i, anytime you pause, there's like you have to wait for the signal to drop out and come back. But there's even worse. I think like Resident Evil 2 on the N64 might be the worst example, because it does that. I think the pause menu is 480i, but the game itself, like certain screens, like the game has these set camera angles, and certain angles render at 480i and others render at 240p. So the game is like constantly throughout gameplay switching resolutions. So that would be very hard to play on an OSSC. But for N64 in particular, there are these like hardware mods to get HDMI video output directly from the console itself. Obviously, it requires more hardware modification, and it's only gonna be for that one system, but it's gonna make your N64 like plug and play with modern hardware, which is definitely convenient. But yeah, I hear you. I mean, it's the same thing for me. I don't know anything about soldering or like hardware modification myself, so I wouldn't want to do that. And I'm also not super keen on sending my console someplace to get it done, just for the inconvenience and cost of it. It's not that I don't trust that it would get done, it's just, you know, I'd rather not. And that's one of, I would say, several reasons I haven't dabbled with any N64 stuff, because the same with NES, like there's a few other older consoles that they don't output RGB natively, so you do need some kind of modding, and it's a bit of a headache. Same thing with like ODE stuff for replacing disk drives, because like with the Dreamcast, for example, I have a Dreamcast, but the disk drive is busted, so it's a PAL system, so I'm not sure if you would need some other things to like make sure you can force games to run in NTSC or 60 Hz, but I could easily replace the busted drive with the mode or whatever system you use to replace the disk drive in a Dreamcast. But it's a lot of money and a little more technical hassle that I would like to get involved with. Also, I'm not that, like, I don't care that much about the Dreamcast, really. But yeah, it's same thing with my PC Engine. You know, I have the Super SD System 3, and if I got an N64, I would absolutely get an EverDrive with it, because there's no way there aren't that many games I'm that interested in, and I don't think I'm even less interested in paying money for them. Anyway, I think that's enough dilly-dallying, enough sidetracking. Let's get going. 3:22. Obviously not a sub 3-hour run, which I wasn't ever expecting, but we'll see where we end up. So let's take a look at the map here. Right, this is the underwater section, I believe. We just got here through that little tunnel on the left. And we have this entire kind of well, I don't know if underground is the right word, but lower area to explore to kind of get back. Right, we got the gravity suit. I guess that's the most recent thing that happened. Yeah, that's the thing with Dreamcast, like, I guess there's some, like, RPGs and stuff on it, but for me, like, at the time, what appealed to me the most... I'm just gonna check. I'm sure what's below us here is something we cannot collect. But I don't remember what it is, so... oh, I think that's a power... Yeah, speed booster. Makes sense we could go there from the right, though, actually. Like, what interested me the most were arcade ports. And, like, between arcade ports and even first-party Sega stuff, certainly not all of it, but a lot of it is ported to other stuff, and like all the Capcom arcade games, Neo Geo stuff, whatever else, like... Huh, that's interesting. Doesn't seem to be an opening through this wall here. Look at the map. Yeah, Gunspike is cool. I mean, there's definitely stuff like Zombie Revenge, Dynamite Deca 2. I don't know. Like, there aren't zero games I'm interested in, but there aren't that many, I guess. Huh. I'm really intrigued by the fact that this... Oh, wait, hang on. Ah, that's why. It's one of these. Dude, that shit keeps tripping me up. I always expect there to be, like... There's so many more of those, like, hidden openings, whatever you'd call them, like... blocks that you don't blow up, you just crawl through them. Oh yeah, okay, there's two. And because they don't show up when you blow stuff up, it's kind of cool because it means that the power bomb isn't like the be-all, end-all in finding stuff. Could be something down here though. But yeah, so like there aren't like at a point in history, there was certainly. Oh, interesting. That's kind of weird that it doesn't show up on the map. Alright, we got a fucking glass tunnel. Obviously, we gotta. It's interesting. Oh, there we go. The belly's vulnerable, maybe? I just got a charge shot. Okay. Looks suspicious. So I was saying, yeah, so like at a time the Dreamcast was like the premier place for Neo Geo games, for Capcom games. You know, you had Soul Calibur, Dead or Alive, like fighting games. But you know, if you're any of those games, pretty much at this point, you can either play like the arcade version emulated, or it's been ported to PS2 or whatever else. So, like, yeah, no breakable glass. I mean, I guess they figured out the technology by the time Zero Mission came out. It's kind of peculiar. There was no like upgrades or anything in this green path either, were there? Well, there might be something below us here, of course. Oh, I guess we'll just do this then. Yeah, what the heck? Oh, maybe there's a weird maze. Maybe there's an invisible block or something. No. This is really weird. Right? Yeah, I've barely ever touched a 3DS, so I know very little about its functionality and how it works. But yeah, it doesn't have a GBA card slot, so no GBA games on that one, I'm afraid. No. This is so strange. I'm trying to think, like, could there be some other hidden block or something that would... I mean, it could well be that I have to come from below once we get through that door. I'm just like a little worried that by the time we get the red door open, there's not going to be a lot of exploration. I don't know. Yeah, like with 3DS games, you can definitely get your 3DS modded for video output. I guess I don't know exactly how practical that is or how it sort of works, but certainly something I've seen. But yeah, I mean, it's the same for me. Like with the 3DS, like the region locking is one thing, but also I had a DS Lite, I had a Vita, I have a Switch, but like I pretty much never do any portable gaming, really. I don't play games on my phone, and even when I'm at home, like so much of my the least valuable upgrade. Most of what I do, most of the video gaming I do is for streaming. So if I cannot stream, if I can't capture it, I'm gonna be a lot less interested in it. So there hasn't been a lot of incentive, but I mean, I absolutely, like 100%. Yeah. Oh wow. I would definitely like to get a 3DS at some point because I really want to play the 3D Sega Ages stuff. I'm kind of curious about the Zelda game on 3DS. And that's about it, what I can think of off the top of my head. But I'm sure there's a couple of others, like... I mean, there's 8 billion games on the 3DS, right? So if I had one, I'm sure I'd find games I wanted to play on it, but... nothing really strikes me as like, man, I really gotta get one so I can play this immediately. I mean, the Metroid remake as well. Maroon, am I going to go for the Easter egg? I assume that would require knowing what you're talking about, which I don't. Technically, this is not my first time playing this, because I played this when it was new. But I haven't played it since then, and I don't have any kind of guide or anything, so... if I stumble into it, I guess, but otherwise, no. Okay, so we've reached a classic Metroid Fusion stumbling block here of no immediately obvious paths we can take, but I guess that little hallway below the save room, which we didn't explore, it was pink already, but we didn't go through it after loading. So, I guess we'll check there to see if that's a thing. So do you have a... okay, that's kind of a thing. Alright, you can... yeah, it's kind of like fucking topspin in Mega Man 3. It technically kind of works, but it's damn near impossible to use without getting hit, so you might as well not bother. Yeah, I mean, our focus for this is just kind of soaking in the atmosphere, getting through the game at our leisurely pace. Well, we got some stuff, we uncovered more of the map, might as well save. Whatever we come across, we'll come across. That's about it. Man, I still can't, like... well, I was gonna say can't get over, that's maybe... slight exaggeration, but, yeah, we did go through here before we saved last time, but I don't remember. What I was gonna say is I really like the look of the gravity suit. Like, I can't believe how much better the fusion suit looks in this color scheme. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of the fusion suit. Like, as I've talked about at length last time, I appreciate them kind of going in new directions and such. Alright, don't just go through walls. And I think the concept of a more, like, organic suit is kind of novel and cool. Oh, I didn't quite mean to do that. That's fine. But I don't specifically love the way it looks. But with the gravity suit color scheme, it actually looks pretty fucking cool. Well, I just used a power bomb over there, so it would have reached anything over here, right? Yeah. Well, okay. Right. Well, maybe we didn't quite exhaust all the possibilities in that very bottom left part. Because, obviously, to get out of where we're at right now... well, I shouldn't say obviously, but because there could still be green areas we haven't found yet, but if we were to assume that there aren't any green paths that's gonna literally just break us past a red door... it would seem like maybe we should head to that room on the bottom left. Like, if we need to get the red doors open before we can get out of where we're right now, it seems like maybe we should find a way to get through there. Yeah, I kind of agree that the sprite looks cooler than the drawings, but I think even the artwork would look better in this color scheme for sure. But there's a ruggedness and chunkiness to it in the sprite that is not like really present in the artwork. I was gonna say that's not reflected in the art, but it's not really that the artwork doesn't reflect the pixel design, because I guess the artwork probably came first. But just in translation, like with the lower resolution and everything, it kind of has a... it feels a little more congruent with the older sprites and the kind of classic look. Yeah, because I'm starting to think that... I mean, I don't know if I were... Maybe I was gonna say... Because the doors aren't marked as red in this area, even though they clearly are red doors. I don't know if that means anything, but... I mean, there could still be more, like, detours. Oh, actually killed an enemy with a powerbomb. How about that? Alright, okay. That's kind of weird. Did I... Alright, because this was... Yeah, that's... Okay, that's also a red door. Right. Well, maybe I can... Yeah, I didn't actually explore this room super closely, did I? Is this meant for me to do this? I mean, that worked. Well, worked. That achieved something. I'm just like hugging the wall to see if I can grab... No, it doesn't really seem... Unless there's something... Some other method of breaking something, or opening something, or getting through something. But I doubt it. So, I do wonder if... what I possibly could have missed. There's no, like, well, I was gonna say there's no way I can get, like, speed booster speed. But if there was something I could get through or break with a speed booster, we would be able to uncover those blocks to find that out. But there's also the X. I don't know, killing the enemies in that other room and, like, absorbing the X through the wall. I'm trying to, like, is there some kind of significance to that somehow? I feel like if there's a hidden, like, invisible block or something I would get through. Can you? No, okay. You can't space jump in ball form. Wait, or can you? Oh, there we fucking go. Fucking knew it. But I guess you're meant to look at the fish and figure out that you can get through that shit. Well, there we go. I just should have... I should have had more patience and realized that there's... But I should have been able to get through. But it doesn't matter. Better late than never. We got there. Didn't take too much futzing around. I can't believe, like, even despite having commented on it 50 times, like, I still get messed up by the fucking invisible blocks. Been too conditioned to expect the powerbomb. Even though it hasn't even been the case for some time now, I'm still conditioned to think that the powerbomb's gonna solve everything and uncover everything for us. Alright, so... I guess... Yeah, we did catch that thing on the way back. Yeah, I guess we go to the right. And there should be... I mean, there's a data room we haven't gotten to. And it would seem to me like we could probably get to that before we get to the navigation room. Who knows? Maybe there's like an actual locked door to it, though. But yeah, we'll head to the save room, and once we get back to the previously explored pink area, there's 2 collectibles, which hopefully we should be able to get now. Because we're pretty, like... We're pretty close to fully stocked in terms of abilities. I mean, we don't have everything, so I'm sure there's still something we don't have that's going to prevent us from collecting some things. Not to mention, I'm sure some items are hidden behind bullshit shine spark tricks. Or just intelligent navigation that I'm not quite capable of. I'm trying to kind of like practice the cadence of repeated charge shots. I feel like that's something I might want to / have to do in some later boss fights. Because I also imagine that I guess I don't know, but charged plasma shots feel like they should probably do more damage than a missile. I guess not. Oh, I don't know that, but maybe not. That's what I meant to say. Because we do have ice hyper missiles, or super missiles, whatever they're called. Well, I guess we might as well hop in here. Save complete. I wonder if I had to... Oh, yeah. I remember these things. Okay, that's probably... Fuck. Oh, I probably fucked it up, didn't I? Now I can't go through. Like... Yeah, I definitely did. Alright. Let's just do that. We just saved. That's gonna annoy me. So, let's, I just happen, like, it's pretty unusual that you have 2, like, there's a fork in the road and you pick one path and you just lock yourself out of trying the other path without having to do some extreme exploration or roundabout, whatever. But this might be one of those cases. Or we're fucked anyway. I assume, I mean, we just caved the save room, so... Yeah, okay. Well, that's like charged plasma. Oh, power bomb? We can freeze it, but obviously that doesn't really help us. Maybe if we have the screw attack. All right. Well, okay. Still worth confirming that that's not a thing currently. Shit. Unless... Oh. Interesting. Oh, I guess maybe you have to come from the right? I mean, yeah, it seems like we'd be able to get to that place. Can't go through here either. Man, these things are fucking annoying. I don't think there would be a breakable floor here, but you never know until you try. Okay. Oh yeah, wait, didn't we come through here before? Maybe I misremember. Well, we've been through this room. No? Can I get a speed boost and jump through that thing? Ah, well, I can get... No, but I can fall through the floor here. Of course. It's so funny. It's so easy to get, like, there's an idea in your head that just completely blinds you to the information, the other information you already have. That's enough. It is. Just barely. Because, of course, I knew there were speed booster blocks there. But I had already kind of... Not dismissed the idea, but I just, like... The first conclusion I drew was that I'd come from below, from the right, and then jump up through there. But I wasn't, like, looking for an opportunity to fall through those tiles from above. But here we are. Well, I guess, yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know what the odds are that we'll find something here. It wouldn't be on this screen, but it could be a breakable floor. Everyone's asking me if I'm going for the secret Easter eggs. No, I'm, like, playing this blind. I don't know what that is. I mean, I kind of vaguely have heard of it, but no. I'm not upset that you're asking, Mr. Pooh. I just find it funny that you're the second person to ask. When I would think it's, like, obvious that I have no idea about that shit. But maybe not. Space Jam. Oh! Space Jam's like the fucking worst feeling double jump in any game, because it's so whack. Yeah, like, dude, I'm like struggling to understand how you're supposed to do things, so... I wouldn't trust myself to do fancy backwards sequence breaking tricks. Like, surviving is enough of a pat on the back, so I'm good. Like, I'm obviously not gonna... Oh! Sucks so bad. I'm not gonna, like, watch the attract mode or read online guides, like, hidden tricks. I'm basically playing this for the first time. Dude, I'm gonna fucking die to this shit. This is so dumb. You have to, like, wait for so long in between jumps, so you have to kind of jump high enough with each jump that you have time to fall for long enough to sort of get the timing for the next jump. But if you jump too high, you just, like, bonk the ceiling anyway. Yeah, exactly. It's not just like you're getting... that you're used... Oh, and even that jump is so fucking awkward. You can't, like, get used to how the space jump works. Because it's... yeah, it's not the same. It's like... you would think that I would be used to it by now. But it somehow manages to be annoying and different in new ways. I mean, I'll get back there in 2 seconds, so I'm not too worried about it. Oh, nice. Wait, can I actually... am I gonna, like, not get speed now because... no, okay, it still worked. Good. Like, I'm not gonna fuck around here. Like, we're literally back now. Oh, interesting that you can do that. But, like, I can't jump. See, that's... ah! I can't jump towards the wall, and if you neutral jump, you just let go. Okay, I tried to hold up and jump, but that didn't work either. So you have to jump away from the wall to actually jump. But then you have to, like, switch directions. Like, what an incredibly awkward jump. You have to, like, it's like doing a wall jump almost. Oh! I didn't think I actually... Like, the ledge grabbing also has kind of a weird timing to it compared to Zero Mission. So, you grab, like, later than you think. It's really weird. All we got there. We can heal up a tiny bit here, at least. Oh, yeah. We were in this room in the other side. Alright, well, here's the DLC room. I haven't been, like, instructed to get anything here, but... Diffusion added to missiles. Charge? I have no memory of this at all. It's kind of cool that you, yeah, super ice diffusion. That you never have to worry about more than one type of missiles at once. It's a nice quality of life, like, streamlining thing. Charge it. Oh, interesting. So I guess that's probably going to be... Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, yeah, so you freeze these guys. I see. That's interesting. Well... Probably a powerbomb thing? Or is it a diffusion freeze missile thing, maybe? No, or just an ice missile. It's nice. I guess we can probably... Well, yeah, because we might be asked to take the elevator up, so I'm gonna go left. So, like, the specifics of the thing you're talking about, the hidden message thing, it's like some kind of sequence break, right? Is it to do with taking the long way around? Like, I'm not even sure what it is you're supposed to do in a different order, or like what the trick is to that you're supposed to do. Yeah, but what does going backwards mean? Where is this? Okay, it's a speed booster thing. Oh, wait, I do recall we're seeing this... Ah. Oh, that's kind of weird. There we go. There's slopes. Is it something to do with, like, some weird shine spark trick to gain... Yeah. Yeah, I do vaguely... Because I remember hearing about this, like, when this game was current. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that sounds like exactly the type of things we will just decide not to do because I can't be bothered. Yeah, incredibly tedious and difficult are not things I'm gonna be deliberately aiming to do. But I guess the idea is you do that to get to the navigation room before, like, without opening the red lock. I'm assuming. Alright, we got there in the end. You upgrade your missiles? You did something of your own volition? That's weird. You didn't take my orders. I did not approve of bypassing security level 4. From now on, you will use more discretion. Jesus Christ. Do you remember the security robot? I kind of do, vaguely. I believe the X have infected it. That is to say, they have claimed the organic components that form its neural network. It has entered Sector 6. I don't know what it's planning, but let's not wait to find out. Samus, you know what to do. Wait, I just realized there's a... There's a gray box on the map. Let me just take a look. Trying to remember what room that is. Oh, that is what... Wait, hang on. Huh. That is where we got the shine, like the speed boost to go through. But with the freeze diffusion, we can go down there. But can we? Because I can in the L-shaped room. I should be able to freeze the balloon thing to get past it. But I don't know if that I can get past the giant pillar thing. Because I don't think the diffusion missile's gonna, like, the diffusion, it really only creates like the spread of the freeze, right? And well, maybe damage, but like it doesn't presumably have any additional effects on that pillar guts thing. Maybe I can kill it with a screw attack, and if that's the case, maybe I have to come back there later. I'm just like speculating and thinking aloud, by the way. You don't have to answer me. I'm not looking for an answer from chat. I'm just thinking aloud. Well, I'm half tempted to go down there just to see, but I'm almost certain that that's what was in that room, at least. That there was one of those pillars. Because I remember that's what kind of stopped at first. I guess the other option is maybe I could do the thing my first idea, to do the speed boost to the right. I'm not sure if the speed boost like kills. You know, I'm actually just tempted to try it. Well, for maximum efficiency, I'll save again, and if this doesn't work, we'll just reset and load the save instead of running back. I'm curious because obviously the when you're charged with the speed booster, you can kill enemies, right? Oops. Oh, I can... Whoa, what? Right. Oh. I misremembered the controls. Yeah, it freezes over a really huge area, too. Charging one button while holding the other is too confusing to me. Yeah, because that's a missile. Oh, wait, hang on. Actually, let's try this. Oh, yeah, I guess this is how you're meant to get up there. Yeah, that does break missile blocks. That is cool. That's such an interesting power-up. Wait, that means there should be something here, right? There we go. Oh, good thing we went back, because... Ooh, okay. Wow, that's kind of cool. Well, why don't we try this path when we're going to Sector 6? Yeah, right. You still have to wait for it to charge fully before it gives any diffusion effect. Right. Oh, this isn't the speed booster hallway anyway. Actually, I guess... Well, it wouldn't help us. Oh, well, not really. I was gonna say, maybe we could try my theory here. Oh, fuck, I guess... Right. Make sure we don't get shot. Whoops. Oh, maybe that works too. Nope, I guess not. Oh, this is going to be extremely tedious to try more than once, but... I hope the slopes don't prevent me from... Oh, fuck yeah. I'll try to crouch, but I... Okay. Oh, I don't need to run further than that. Okay. Okay, there we go. That's pretty cool. I was able to test my theory right there, which maybe was the intention, even. I don't really need to. So because this seems like a kind of a tricky thing here, I hope there's a good reward for it. Oh, I fucked that up. So, because I gotta be careful here because I don't want to break the floor here. Nice. Of course, there's something here. Okay. The heck. It's like, whoa. Okay. Well, there's a fucking power bomb. But at least this should be easy enough to get. Of course. It's like, I don't have to kill them, but... Oh, shit, nice. Sooner than I thought. Oh, we got it. Yeah, I did the cool, sick thing. Only to learn that they wanted me to do the boring thing. Do this and... Oh, fuck, I didn't even reach that. Whoa! What the heck? That was weird. Well, we got the thing, even though it was not the thing I wanted. Let's see where this takes us. This is exciting. We're being rebellious here and doing things in a different way. So, I guess it didn't... I didn't take us into a vastly different place. Yeah, it's really cool. Like, you see you're, like, reminded, like, oh yeah, shit, we're in the space station. Yeah, it's really cool. Of course. I figured there might be something like this. Like that, this is like the, I feel like the screw attack, even more so than in Super Metroid, it's like, it must be the very, very last thing you get. And you just kind of use it to... I mean, there's a little bit of that in Zero Mission, I think, where there's, like... Maybe even in Super Metroid, there's, like, blocks that you wouldn't necessarily think of as... meaningful. Like, you wouldn't even think to try and break them, but once you have the screw attack, you can just, like, cut through platforms to just, like, space jump through some of these vertical shafts and stuff. Zero Mission, I think it was, definitely had some of those rooms where it's just, or maybe I'm thinking of AM2R. One of the games we played anyway had a lot of those, like, kind of conspicuous, big chunks of screw attack blocks that only kind of came into play towards the end of the game. But here it seems like that it's only going to be for cleanup, like collecting whatever you have left at the end of the game. But we'll see. When we've unlocked all the doors, we have, like I said, you know, there might be power-ups that I don't even know about, that I don't remember. Maybe there's a hyper beam or whatever, and we don't have the screw attack. But otherwise, I can't think of much that we're missing in terms of abilities. Security robots leveled up. This worries me. Be careful. But we have another problem. Once you're done, leave NOC immediately. The SAX is tracking you. Okay, sure. Well, for what it's worth, it doesn't look like there's a lot of... Well, actually, my objective isn't that clear. Because we haven't been told where the thing is. At this rate, it's kind of neat. Like, I've been complaining a lot about the the wordiness of the dialogue and like the weird, like when we saw the computer have this mysterious dialogue with like the corporate whatever dude, like very strong alien vibes about the corporation or whatever with their hidden agenda. And that's a little like overwrought, but at the same time, I guess now because the game has sowed those seeds of distrust in the AI when the AI is like, don't stay around here. You don't want to find anything secret in this area. That would be bad. You know, you kind of take it as an invitation almost, you know, to like, maybe I will stick around. Right, I don't actually have the screw attack. I think I thought I had the screw attack because I kept talking about it. I hate the space jump. I'm trying to look also like... I feel like it's been a while since we were here. So there aren't any, like... There aren't any circles on the map. And there aren't any locked doors that I can see, so... Whatever new areas we might be able to explore or new secrets to find... they're not particularly obvious. I mean, there could be... invisible walls at any point. There could be, you know, just... I mean, I didn't have the power bomb when I was here last, so... You know, maybe I should power bomb here and there just to see in case there's anything. At the same time, most of that kind of stuff has been kind of conspicuous. Like, it's pretty rare, I feel. Well, I guess the only data I have is for collectibles I've actually found. I can't really speak to where stuff is hidden where I haven't found it. But more often than not, it seems like things are pretty telegraphed. In a clever way, not like super obvious, but like once you find it, like you're rewarded for paying attention more so than like, oh yeah, I remember we went here the first time when the Ice X killed us. Oh yeah, that's a mimic. I was like, I wouldn't have left that, but no, of course not. Could there possibly have been like another hidden thing behind here? Probably not, right? Who knows? Maybe there's a screw attack wall. Yeah. Oh, what's up, STS? Yeah, we're pretty much at 42069 power levels here. But I'm somewhat bothered by the energy tank count. I was feeling good until I got the most recent one, because when it was all on one line, I was like, yeah, maybe you don't get 2 lines of energy tanks in this game. But now that we do have that second line, I'm like, fuck, have I missed fucking 15 of these things? Like, how much shit am I missing here? Am I expected to have... Because we were like in Super Metroid, we were pretty, like... Alright, so... Oh, red door. So this is probably where we should be going, actually. Well, let's go here anyway. If we die, getting back here from the same room is quick. What was I saying? I literally forgot what I was talking about. Oh, that's... Oh, shit. I definitely missed something there, didn't I? Energy tank, yes, thank you. Sorry. In Super Metroid, we were pretty low on... Like, I kind of sped through that pretty quickly. Like, one of these doors might be a save room and the other might be a boss room. Let's not go any further than we have to. Oh, I definitely missed something up there, though. That is so annoying. This feels more likely to be able to take us back. Well, we don't have a wave beam, but is that going to be a thing in this game? This kind of implies that it will. You know, the beam has a lot of room there. So we might get a wave beam In which case, it's really fascinating that it's been this long and we haven't gotten it. The cadence of power-ups in this game feels pretty different from the other games, which is interesting. Interesting. I mean, I guess a missile upgrade isn't the most crucial thing. The energy tank would be. But, with Super Metroid, we were definitely in pretty rough shape fighting Ridley. I mean, it took, like... Might even have taken just 2 attempts. I mean, it still wasn't bad at all. 2 or 3 attempts, I think it was. But my main recollection of playing this game from back then, like, I don't remember a lot of it. But I do remember the fighting SAX and really struggling with that. And as well as, like, some other boss near the end. So I hope I'm not, like, under-leveled. And before I got the most recent one, I thought, like, ooh, well, I probably didn't collect all of them, but, like, there's probably one more at the end there before the missile number. But then we're like, oh, shit, now it looks like I'm missing a lot of them. So let's see what's here first. Yeah. So I really hope I'm able to find at least some. But I don't know, like, it really feels like the energy tanks are, like, super hidden. Which, it's kind of weird because, especially in like, Zero Mission, where the exploration is, like, such a thing at the very, very end. Like, at that point, by the time you get the gravity suit and the ability to do that endgame exploration, you're so powerful anyway that the extra energy tanks don't really matter. I guess someone told me that if you get 100% items or something, or, like, there's some threshold or whatever that makes the final boss level up and become way more powerful. Which is kind of weird, like, that almost disincentivizes you from collecting everything, too. It's kind of a weird thing. Hello, Atomic Runner, what's up, guys? Fusion is progressing, slowly but steadily. Stream is doing well tonight, no dropped frames after an hour and a half or so that's looking good. I think I meant to...
No entry without authorization. Warning, no entry without authorization.
This is creepy.
Warning, no entry without authorization.
Yeah, the thing is too, like, I don't remember the boss there being very difficult anyway, so...
Warning, no entry without authorization.
Oh, this fucking voice is so creepy.
Warning, no entry without authorization. Warning, no entry without authorization.
So, hang on.
No entry without authorization.
Right, I'm locked in here, right? Because I fell down. Yeah, I'm just trying to remember. Because I just remember we got to where we are through some hidden thing, but then I was like, was this what I was meant to do or not? But because we're locked in here, it's clearly where we're meant to go. Yeah, the GBA audio situation is just funny because most games sound... Yeah, okay. That was a big shake. We're meant to go back and something has happened over here. But I don't think that the GBA was incapable of playing high quality sounds. It was just like everything was sample based and everything was generally low quality to save on space. So every now and then you get a game like this that has the occasional sample that's just like super high quality. Alright, I'm guessing I don't want to be in that thing when it's flashing. Maybe I can... I keep forgetting how the missiles work. Oh, I didn't charge it up properly. Properly, rather? Just chugging. I'm still, like, experimenting here. I don't think I reached it. I guess I could shoot it downwards instead. Okay, I can't hit it, though. Probably means it's not susceptible, though. Oh, interesting. Aha, there we go. Ah! Dude! Grabbing the monkey barb stuff is weird. Oh. I like this game a lot, but there's a lot of weird little quirks to the controls and stuff that I definitely think were a little bit streamlined in Zero Mission. Like, I have to press up at some point to grab the ceiling, but if I press up when I'm not at the ceiling, I stop my upwards momentum. So it's like really sensitive that you press it at the right time. And if you get ready to jump up at the ceiling because you expect to fall down, but you didn't actually get knocked down, pressing the jump button will make you let go of the ceiling. Yeah, like, it's not just that you move, like, it's not that you get out of spinning, you, like, it just kills your momentum dead. So you just start falling. Oh, he's not shooting the bomb.
Warning, no entry.
It's really frustrating, frankly. Like, I don't know why they made it so that you have to press up to grab the ceiling, because, like, what are the chances that you grab the ceiling and you didn't want that to happen? Like, that's not a very likely scenario, really.
Warning, no entry without authorization. Warning,
Well, the problem isn't that I don't grab it. If I press it too early, like, I don't reach the height necessary to get to the ceiling. That's the issue. Obviously, if I'm just neutral jumping, it's like not that big a deal because I can just hold up. Dude, like you crawl or like you climb so slowly. That it's really hard to get out of the way too. Like, he can move horizontally a lot faster than you can. Technically, I guess you could let go and, like, space jump, but that's so tricky. It's hard to predict how many times it's gonna jump, too. So... like, the weak point is not very large. I guess when it's dancing around like that, it's also not vulnerable. Maybe I shouldn't be super too freaked out about dropping into the water. And just like let that happen and just jump straight up. I think its sprite has changed a little bit, right? Maybe not. Holy shit, I was like, oh, I didn't take that much damage yet, and then like almost dead. Okay, did I... Trying to jump out of the way of the shots. Wave beam, I guess. Yeah, wave beam recovered. Oh. Oh, that was an annoying boss. Oh. My missiles are comically large. Yeah, maybe that's why they don't hit accurately. Kind of funny look to the wave beam. Yeah, this is where the yeah, right. So we get to understand that that's how this works, and now we can go back. I see. Yeah, this is the pasta beam. Oh, I'm still annoyed about this shit, but there's something up there. Feels good though. So the beam, yeah, I guess wave or screw attack goes under misc. Looks like there's room for one more missile upgrade at least. Looks like there's room for 2 more beam upgrades. I mean, it's not to say that there definitely will be, but I mean, in some of the other games, you get the upgrades like literally at the final boss, like, so there might be room for something that isn't like going to actually really affect much of the game here, but yeah, I will say, I don't mind some of the bosses being challenging, but this most recent boss was not the most fun. I feel like the first time you fight that thing, it's not this annoying. Question is, I'm just thinking out loud now, how likely it is that there's any other things we can get to now with the wave beam. I mean, I'm sure there are, but nothing stands out as conspicuous. Yeah, like the damage you take from bumping into stuff seems pretty harsh in this game. And you do have very constrained areas to move around in. And your movement in some cases isn't like, even when you have the the space jump, and like hypothetically you can move around pretty freely, it's still kind of tricky to make use of that, because like you bump into things and you lose momentum, and like you have to do awkward jumps. You kind of, yeah, like stuff like this happen. Like there's a lot of things that kind of add up to making things a little less. Like I do think I noticed right away when I first played this that just the basic running and jumping and climbing, it feels similar to Zero Mission, but not identical. So I do think they actually did like overhaul a fair bit in very small and subtle ways, but it adds up. Hey, it's a glass thing. You probably don't want to break this, but we just saved, right? Aha! Aha! This looks like the research thing in the Super Metroid intro. I guess I missed that by one tile, or is this a thing? I don't know if I will be jumping into space. Maybe this is how we get out of here. I mean, I want to try it.
Entry without authorization.
Okay.
Warning, no
Maybe that
entry
thing needs to move
without
out of the way. I don't know.
authorization.
At least we know that thing's there, if we can remember it. No more Metroids, huh? It's funny, I don't remember this part at all. Like, I don't remember any of the... I don't remember very much of what happens in this game. Like, I remember the SAX. But that's kind of it. I guess these are the Alpha and Omega Metroids and shit. It's so cool, though. Like, this would have meant nothing to me when I first played this, because I hadn't played Metroid 2. Yeah. See? But I predicted this, didn't I? Yeah, we don't need to... You don't need to find anything here, right? Make sure you leave immediately. Just in case you accidentally bump into something. This doesn't seem good.
Fire alert. This sector will soon be locked
Oh, hello.
down.
Oh, I can't even... That's so fucking cool, though.
60
60 seconds to detachment of restricted
lockdown.
laboratory. Dude, this is, like, I don't remember any of this shit. Dude, okay, so... Man, what is up with that speed booster thing that we found, but I couldn't break through? Well, maybe this detaches in such a way that that part is still connected? I mean, it could be that you just have that one shot at finding whatever's there. But I guess that would also not be... that would be quite unusual for a Metroid. Then again, many things in this game are highly unusual. Oh, shit. I could bump into those things. I didn't think I could.
15 seconds to isolation lockdown.
Base jump.
40.
Oh, yeah. There's a timer. Oh, okay. Cutscenes. I mean, it looks a bit chunky, but man. I was gonna say, I assume we made it. Okay, yeah, so this is still part of the map. Dude, this game is fucking cool. Hey, Adam, got any news for us? You weren't exactly supposed to see that. Shouldn't have done that. You ignored your orders. You may have to pay a price for that quite soon. Dude, I'm a fucking bounty hunter. Oh shit. Samus speaking back? Dot dot dot. As you can see, the Federation has been secretly working on a Metroid breeding program. He says very matter-of-factly. For peaceful application only, of course. Please understand. Please be excited. Perhaps you already knew. Certainly you must have had doubts when you saw Sector 1. A faithful replica of the SR-388 ecosystem? See, this is just like a little, laying it on a little too thick. Ideal for raising Alpha, Gamma, Zeta, and even Omega Metroids. Like... Yes, like... explains like what I should have suspected. I don't know, it gets a little... Well, it gets a little goofy. This research even uncovered techniques for rapid growth. Yeah, they're very proud of this secret illegal Metroid breeding project. Imagine creating an Omega from a larval Metroid in days. Yeah, this sounds terrific, dude. But that research is finished. The X has smelled out its natural enemy. Well, the SAX is on its way here. One? Are you saying there is more than one SAX? There is more than one? Is that correct English? It's so weird seeing dialogue coming out of Samus. Don't be so surprised, Samus. You know that the X reproduced by asexual division. Because of this mechanism, there are now no fewer than 10 SAX aboard the station. I had no memory of this, though. I'm so, like, I'm glad that I never played this, in the years since I did last play this. Like, 15, 20 years ago, whenever it was. But also, I'm fascinated that, I mean, I know that I must have seen some speedruns here and there, but like, obviously they would skip all the dialogue, but there's so many kind of major beats and boss fights and set pieces that I have like zero recollection of. Like, it basically, I feel like I've gone in blind. Like, I feel like the first time I played this, like, I would have been just as likely to have seen stuff from like fucking commercials or forum posts that would tell me more about this game than I remembered of it going in this time. So I'm really glad that I was able to have this kind of fresh experience. I knew that I didn't remember much, but I didn't expect to have so many surprises playing it. It's been really awesome. ... Samus, you must go. Get out. If you stay too long, the SX will destroy you. Stop only at the navigation room to uplink to me. I don't know how HQ is going to take this, but you need to report to them immediately. You need to... you need to fucking go to the principal office right away. You gotta tell them that you destroyed their secret illegal Metroid program. Is your objective clear? Whatever, dude. Now get going. Tell you what, guys. I think this is a nice post-climax opportunity for a short break. I feel like there's probably not that much left of the game, so I may not get a better opportunity than this to take a short break in a while. So why don't we do that? I will take a breather after that intense section, and we shall reconvene in a couple of minutes for the ending, question mark? I don't know. 10 SAX. I definitely don't recall there being a thing where you have to find 10 of them and kill them, but I didn't fucking remember anything else with this game, so maybe there is. But we're certainly going to have a lot of red doors that we can now open. And even if the elevators won't let us travel from sector to sector, we have alternate routes, I guess, now. So we'll see. But I definitely want to go down back to this little part and see if we can speed... Like, now that we've detached this thing, does that let us go through there now? Who knows? Must be nice to be able to forget stuff that you want to experience again. I mean, all it takes is not looking at something for 20 years, I guess. But it's funny you mentioned that, because there is a very common, like, what do you even call it? Like, this common concept, idea, trope, I don't even know what to call it, but the idea that, like, people saying, I wish I could forget my experience playing X, Y, and Z so that I could go back and play it as if it was my first time. And I always thought that was a weird thing, because, I mean, in this instance, playing this game, I have essentially forgotten everything, and it's more novel than if I had retained everything, and that's cool. But I was able to forget it because I didn't really cherish the memory of playing this game. I mean, I enjoyed it, it was fine, but evidently, the memory of playing this game didn't really stick with me. But games that I really, truly love, games that have connected with me in a certain way, and especially games where playing it the first time was such a memorable, lasting experience, I feel like having those memories is more valuable than the, like, potential chance at forming new memories that, like, you know, Dead Rising is a commonly reoccurring theme on this channel. It's one of my favorite games, and I had an amazing time, like, so many good memories of playing that the first time. If I could erase those memories and replay that game, who's to say that my new first playthrough would be anywhere near as good? Like, I don't know. That whole concept always seems strange to me. Like, it's like those memories aren't more valuable, or that I guess it just, like, it ties into my general disagreement with the premise that the surprise and novelty of experiencing something without knowing what it is more valuable than appreciation for the thing in general. You know, talking about spoilers and stuff before, right? Like, it's not that I never care about spoilers and I want to have everything explained to me ahead of time before I experience it, but I don't typically find that spoilers detract too much for me in the grand scheme of things. And certainly, whether it's movies or games, if it's something I enjoy, I'm going to enjoy it multiple times, and the next time I revisit it. And if something's only value is the novelty or the surprise or the shock that isn't, something you can replicate, then I would posit that it's like not that great of a thing in the first place. So I guess it kind of ties into that, where like I think people kind of overvalue the significance of experiencing something for the first time. That's kind of how I feel anyway. But that was just a mini rant that you get there, because I definitely want to take a break. But I'll be back in a couple of minutes, and we'll see how many SAX we need to hunt down. See you guys in a little bit. All right. Let's see. Catching up with chat real quick. Yeah, like, you know, marketing stuff, I agree. Like, as far as Metroid goes, yes, I've deliberately avoided everything to do with Metroid Dread because when it was first announced, it's like, well, it's coming out soon, and I knew immediately that I would want to play it, so I don't need to watch anything to convince me on whether I want to play it or not. And yeah, I mean, this is a type of game where there is definitely a joy to finding things out, and other types of games, like a fighting game for sure, like that's less of a thing. You know, with excuse me, with KOF 15, I'll pour over any information I can find. I would probably not want to watch story stuff or endings or something, but I wouldn't be too upset if I happened to catch artwork from an ending on Twitter before I got to see it, before the game came out. It wouldn't really bother me that much. With Metroid, it's, you know, it's a different type of game, but it's also like, it's pretty rare for me, but I think it's also like, in other games, like, it might not be too much of a concern based on what type of game it is. With Metroid, I think it's the way I engage with the game, I would, I guess, care more, but it depends on what it is. Like story stuff, I wouldn't care about story spoilers. I feel like in a Metroid trailer, it's more about the moments and you know, locations and stuff like that. But how you consume it and when you see it versus when you get to experience the full thing can be a thing too. Like getting, you know, movie trailers, for example, I usually don't really have any issues with. And even with game stuff too, like if I'm watching something and I'm playing it much later, then it doesn't matter as much. But if I'm like already in like excitement mode for something, then I'm gonna be more kind of sensitive to that kind of thing, I guess. So I don't know. Every situation is different for sure. And depending on what it is, like either I ignore, like I'm trying to think, there was something recently, some other game stuff where I didn't really bother watching trailers, whereas with other things I will actively seek it out. So it'll differ depending on what it is for sure. So I mean, there's I think there's also like you can question you know, maybe why or how something is marketed in terms of like the whole spoiler discussion. I guess when it comes to Metroid, like I avoid watching that stuff because I know I don't want to like I don't want to have that spoiled. But I'm not going to yell at Nintendo being upset at how they're marketing their game, because it's not that difficult for me to avoid it. And knowing that I don't want to see anything, like I don't go into it excited to watch a Metroid trailer and then be upset that the Metroid trailer showed me too much Metroid. You know? So I guess that's the difference there. Like I can respect and certainly relate to not wanting to see this stuff, but being upset that they chose to show it, like, I don't know. I feel like if you're upset about it, then you were already on board anyway, and that trailer wasn't really meant for you, I guess. Sometimes the games for watching the marketing and trailers as part of the experience of playing it. Sure, I mean, I don't know that I can think of an example offhand, but it's like getting excited for something and like the way whatever the marketing kind of stuff looks like. I mean, with KOF, that's been fun too, right? The drip feed of new character reveals with like tiny nuggets of gameplay information kind of hidden within the trailers. Like there's been kind of a meta game in a way, like every trailer kind of creates buzz because it gives you information, but it raises new questions and stuff, like, and that can be really fun. That can be engaging in a way that that having the thing drop completely unannounced or like with no information wouldn't be beneficial at all. Anyway. Let's see if we can... where's this gonna take us? Well, we're about to find out, I guess. I feel like if we can get to that speed booster thing outside the lab, it's not gonna be super easy. The real Adam would have said the same thing about that incident, but he would have softened the blow. He was relentless in his criticism, but he always cared. He was not a machine obsessed with duty. No such compassion could exist in that computer. I hate this shit. Ah, this is the worst part of the game, for sure. The fucking internal monologue. The real Adam sucked, but not this badly. I don't know. Like, I never played Metroid Prime Hunters. I don't know that it's a very meaningful game. I don't know. But it's... I don't hate the idea of there actually being other bounty hunters. Even though Samus is like fucking a cop, basically. She's not really a bounty hunter. But beyond that, like, I feel like Metroid... I'm not interested really in characters and dialogue and relationships between characters in... I don't mean romantic relationships, but just like any kind of interpersonal relationships in Metroid. It's not really what I come to it for. I mean, I guess if it was done well, I wouldn't necessarily hate it, but the way it's done in this game, I don't think it's done very well. But it's... yeah, the idea of, like... her... I don't know, like, I guess I don't want Samus to be relatable. I don't want her to be a real person with relationships to other people. Like, you know, I just want her to be a silent space, you know, super warrior babe or whatever, you know? Like, it's weird when they try to create this sort of fleshed out human, three-dimensional, flawed character. Like, I don't need that. Yeah, I mean, I guess, like, the thing about Metroid Prime Hunters, I don't feel like I missed much. I can say that much. But, like, I know that it had multiple characters, so I don't know if they were anything, if people liked those characters, or if there was anything likable about any of them, or anything cool about them. But, like, in that kind of context, like, I would think it would be super cool for a traditional Metroid game to, like, the way the SAX is a force that you're kind of bumping up against, and they're around the edges. Like, it would be really cool. I don't know why this is where my mind is going, but I'm reminded of, like, Random Hajil in Snatcher. Like, he's a side character who is... He's not a junker. He is a bounty hunter, but, like, he's a character that has a somewhat antagonistic relationship with Gillian Seed, and they sort of bump into each other, and, you know, their relationship throughout the game is a big part of the story and the experience of playing it. Like, obviously, it wouldn't be exactly the same way in a Metroid, I guess. I wouldn't want it based too much on dialogue, but hell, even the fucking Shadow Prince in Prince of Persia is maybe even a better example. Like, having this kind of rival character, or like fucking Jetstream Sam, or whatever his name is, in Metal Gear Rising, like that kind of a rival character who is like another bounty hunter that you sort of bump into. I think that would be awesome, and you could even have a whole bunch of them. That's something I would think would be really cool to see in a Metroid game, but you wouldn't necessarily need a lot of dialogue. At least not from Samus. Like, let her be the kind of straight man that doesn't, you know... She doesn't have to speak, because you as a player reacting to what they have to say and what they do is probably enough. Like, I think that would be a super cool concept. But as far as her giving, like, monologues about her old commanding officer and... get that shit out of here. Anyway. Luckily there's a ladder here. Oh, that went surprisingly well. Dude. I bumped up the volume a tiny bit because it seems super quiet. And now it's like super loud. Perfect. No, wait. Okay, I can get through. Of course, I fucking missed something over there. It's a fucking energy tank. Okay, we're definitely going back for that. Hell yeah. It's been a while since we got one of these. I was very, very much starting to doubt that we would ever get a single new energy tank. So that's nice. Oh, yeah, the acid was a thing in Metroid 2, wasn't it? I believe so. I figured this might be a safe room. It's so funny. I don't know if this is probably the case in the other games too, but healing is so much more rare in this game that the fact that you get fully healed from picking up a an energy tank just feels weird. I guess I'll just do that. I mean, I have the wave beam, so this should be fine, right? Something tells me the writer for Fusion's plot was deathly afraid of subtext. I mean, I wouldn't even say that. It's well, I mean, not that that's untrue, but it's not even a matter of text and subtext. It's just like a matter of being like not having any subtlety or like it's kind of clunky. Oh, okay. I was just about a power bomb. I guess this works. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, those things are creepy. Oh, we were... well, I guess it wasn't this room specifically, but they were like in the ceiling above some other hallway. You can probably do this. But it doesn't actually... Well, okay, never mind. So this door is locked. Oh! Oh, okay. Is this a gold jump kick assholes? Is that what this is? I think I heard it. Oh, maybe I do have to. Oh, maybe if I... Okay. Hit him in the back or something? Probably... Yeah. Well, it's a little easier to bait them. And they seem to die quicker than the Super Metroid ones. But it's... Oh, they fucking suck to fight, though. Oh, that wasn't as bad as Super Metroid ones. Okay, well, going down first, of course. Okay, so you never know what this is going to uncover. I guess if there's room to the left and right, it's not likely that it's going to actually show anything new, but... Easier. I have the fucking wave beam. I could have just shot them. I just realized. So surely there would have been some purpose going inside here? Was it just to fight that dude? Let's see, no hidden thing in the door? Or in the wall? I mean, there's a room on the other side, so I guess there wouldn't be. What's your thing? Whoa! I guess not. Okay, if there's gonna be one of these things, I'm gonna check that other door we didn't check yet. Because... well, there could be a save room. I feel like there just was one, though. The door is gonna... oh, shit, I was gonna say the door is gonna drop a red X that's gonna refill our health, but it's not gonna refill our health fully. It's gonna give us like 500 or something, but it's at this rate that's like pretty far from full heal. Well, it is what it is. I'm trying not to die on my way there, though. That's nice. Kill us in one. Or, I killed it in one, rather. Oh, okay, hello. Oh, alright. Junky, weird Ridley sprite. These boss sprites they're well drawn and everything, but they're such a weird look. Kind of cool, you actually hear the Super Metroid boss theme in the background. Through all the shrieking. Oh, like... he's so fucking huge. How do you get out of the way? Like, he's turning around, like, hitting the other half of the screen that you're not... like, he occupies half the screen, and when he turns around, he kind of hits the other half, is what I was trying to say. Guess we gotta fight an X, too. Dude. Give me the refills. Okay. Through attack ability regained, somersault into enemies. Whew, okay. That was a brute force, but dude, it was a good thing we got that final energy tank, or else we would have died. Kind of neat is a little, because you get the screw attack, well, you get the space jump to get out of Ridley in Super Metroid, but I think you get the space jump and screw attack kind of around the same time. Anyway, it feels like a little bit, like the shape of the room, like, it's pretty reminiscent of the Super Metroid Ridley fight. Of course, I fucking landed in between. Alright, so the screw attack will let us go down through that thing behind the save room. You get nothing from killing him, right, but in that area, isn't it like you defeat him and then you need... or maybe you just need the space jump to get to him. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Because you dive through the lava thing, right? I just associated the power-up with that section of the game, but I'm misremembering it, I guess. Because you're going through the V-shaped lava room with the the spitting alien heads under the lava. Is this the way? Yes. Yes. So let's see. So, I mean, yeah, we're definitely in damn near cleanup mode now, right? Whoops. No. Yeah, screw attacks on the misc. So, yeah, there's still room for more missile and beat 'em upgrades, but I don't know what to expect there exactly. So, energy tank in the room. Yeah, yeah. Well, I guess we can. Actually, I guess I probably do want to. Oh, I didn't. Could have just bombed, I guess. Oh, okay. We can also just leave. Kind of nice that those things just like stay destroyed. All right, my first screw attack, block breakage. Dude, I fucking never. I don't know. I guess it's just. Oh, rock 2 reds, sick. Everything being a little more cramped, but like I feel like the space pirates almost every time they manage to hit me. Oh, right. Kind of awkward, but we got there. I guess you should be able to, yeah. That's the easier way to deal with them, I guess. Oh, yeah. Ah, okay. I kind of remember that. Okay, so there's some stuff at the top left. Yeah, it's funny. Even the blue door, like we haven't been here. The sector, the SR-388 area, we haven't been here since the very beginning. So there's a whole chunk on the top left. I mean, I feel like there's... We'd never found any, like, green areas earlier on either. That seems suspicious to me. So there's gotta be more stuff to find here, but... If this is where we're at in terms of how much we managed to collect before the game is over, I'm not super upset, I guess, but... I'm not necessarily gonna... make a thing out of exploring every single nook and cranny, but... If I manage to find more stuff, that'd be cool. Oh yeah. See, this is kind of stuff I was talking about. I feel like you see this stuff in Zero Mission as well, if not Super Metroid. Where you wouldn't really think to test these platforms for ways of breaking them. But once you have the screw attack, you just end up kind of falling through platforms and shit. You're like, oh, right, okay, whoops. Okay, so we have the gravity suit, which I guess means we can dive through here. I'm gonna guess that we're probably not gonna get through to that. Like, these two gray rooms are probably not connected. They might be, but I would almost prefer if they weren't, so we have an excuse to go to the right part. See what's over there. Okay, sure, I'll take that. Are we at 205? Yeah. I feel like this... Well, I was going to say that it feels like this is definitely more stuff than we had at the end of either Super or Zero Mission. But because you don't collect super missiles here, it all adds up in a different way. But I think in Zero Mission we had like 8 power bombs or something, because you just get them so close to the end. Man... I still kind of want to go to the right. I mean, we're going to check that room behind the green door, obviously. But I will want to check this room regardless, so I might as well... do it from here. Even though it kind of looks like it's probably... The main purpose it serves is to be a shortcut. That's what I was gonna say. I wouldn't... okay. The other purpose it serves is for fast travel for... okay, so... See? It's unlikely that we're getting blocked here. Probably there's a screw attack wall. Yeah. Which means that we're probably not going to get a larger invitation than this to go do this shit. I feel like we're probably... like, this is the equivalent to the weird glass tunnel breaking thing in Zero Mission. To where we're, like, at the end, but there is stuff to explore still. So who knows? We might find something good if we do this. Oh, of course. But maybe I've paid attention. So I might not, like, go through everything, but... what the fuck? Oh, okay. Oh, wait, what the hell? Okay, this is maybe a little trickier than I expected. I just wanted to get as close to the screen transition without triggering it. Well, I guess that might mean that we're actually supposed to come at... well, where the fuck am I? Maybe get to this from below. So, there's something on the very top left. And on the bottom right, there's something unexplored, which could very well be a screw attack wall. Clearly, it seems like this game has tunnels in between each of the sectors. Yeah, like, I'm not gonna charge... yeah, okay. Unless there's some other block here, of course, but... alright, I think we can rule out... well, at least I don't know how I would get the speed necessary here, so... unless... no, that doesn't fucking make any sense. Can you charge it up over here and retain it through that room somehow? I mean, you have a lot more room to run here. Huh. Not what I meant to do. Because you... oh, I jumped a little too soon there, but... you don't retain it... no, you lose it as soon as you land. Oh, yeah, I guess it's some slope shit that you're supposed to do here. Yeah, we're not bothering with this. You're seeing the exit. Yeah. That's like, that was my instinct. But when I saw how this room would allow for like shine sparking, I was like, maybe I'm supposed to, like, maybe it is just a super tricky one of those. We got from here. This then. Ah, okay. Well, that would explain what this space is for then. That seems a little more doable. I mean, it's missile, so I don't really care that much, but... but since we're not really going for speed anyway, I mean, as far as, like, completion time... might as well, because we didn't really spend much time in any of the previous games to, like, legitimately... that should be enough. The angle is so weird. It's definitely not a 45-degree angle on the Shine Spark. Well, there is a thing on the map that's uncollected on the top left. So I think it's reasonable to assume that this is the last chance we're going to get to explore this sector. So I'll take this opportunity and see what we can collect. Probably jump first. Yeah. That's the thing. Like, it's just one of those things I haven't practiced much, so I'm not very good at it. But you're probably right, because you can like. Like, if you do a somersault jump, you can, or is it the other way around? I forget, but, like, depending on how you jump, you can keep jumping, or you can, like, instantly trigger it. So you, like, press a direction mid-jump. It's a little funky. I don't think it's difficult if you know how to do it, but I barely know how to do it. I have a feeling I know what that is. Oh, wait. No, hang on. Okay, never mind. This was reminding me of a thing. See, I just tapped the jump button. And that was it. Nice. Oh, that was worth it. But, I think if you somersault, you keep the... Like, you can jump normally. But you tap a direction to kind of go into it. Yeah, we figured it out. Well, that was nice. That's 2 energy tanks. See, this is worth it because I feel like the that's my memory of the final section of the game anyway, that it's pretty dang hard. In fact, the thing I remember specifically isn't that it's hard. I remember that I resorted to using save states when I first finished this game. Like, I used save states to get through the final boss fights. And the thing is, like, that of course means that at the time I, like, gave up basically trying to do it legitimately. Okay, this seems conspicuous. But it doesn't seem like I have failed to get through or failed to collect anything there. I mean, there could still be... Any room could have had an opening that I have seen but not been able to, like, I don't know. I don't think I'll fine comb every single room to get whatever I can find, but... Well, that's easier now anyway. But the thing is, like, as far as the whole save state situation, I'm sure that I would have less patience back then than I do now. But of course, the kind of lingering memory of it is that, like, reaching that point of making that decision. Oh, you can probably screw attack the guts pillars now, right? That would make sense. Yeah, you can screw attack those things. So, oh shit, right. Can you go through the floor here? Oh, well, I guess the answer is yes. Like, that's the thing. That was my thinking too when we got through the secret crime lab. That there's no way a game like this would, like, lock something behind you permanently, right? It seems unlikely. See, single screen rooms with nothing in them. Like, come on. There's got to be something. No, there's room for another room behind this. Okay, not this time, but you never know. There's that one room in Super Metroid, right? Where there's, like, a missile tank. And there's another missile tank behind it. Whatever it is. Let's check out this first. Seems less likely that there's something here, but... Well, maybe not. Ah, okay. Well, maybe yes. Even so, yeah, but it's like it's the you know, the last place you would expect something to be hidden, right? So it's like the perfect place to hide something. Oh, there's that whole section too that's connected. There could very well be something over there, but We'll go through here first and see if anything conspicuously. I'm trying to remember even. I feel like there could be any number of spots where, you know, there's a power bomb tile or a screw attack tile, like in a corner of a room somewhere or something. Well, that certainly makes that easier. Aha! This is probably a fast travel thing, or how I get up to that. Oh, yeah. See, these hallways are connected. Okay, there might be. So probably there's. We're not going to shine spark all the way up there, I don't think, but we might stop in between in the middle. But if we shine spark all the way up there, I'm not going to be able to drop down. In fact, I won't be able to drop down, period, even if we stop somewhere in the middle. So now I'm kind of wanting to go to the left anyway. I mean, I also kind of want to finish tonight, though. So, I mean, we got at least one energy tank from this endeavor, so it was like kind of worth it. But I also kind of want to. Like, what if there's another energy tank over there? Like, you know what? Fuck it. I can't be bothered. Like, I'll look where I feel like there's like hints of something possibly being. Oh, that's interesting. I guess we're. Oh, okay. Kind of weird. Well, there's like a missile or something we passed by also, right? Well, that means we should be able to go down all the way, because we're gonna need a way. Unless we broke through to the left, of course. It's kind of interesting, though, that the Shine Spark actually lets you travel that far. Oh, wait, I could have sworn there was something else. Oh, that remains broken. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Well, I still think we'll go up. Well... Should have maybe just Shine Spark again. I'll hold left to see if we can... Let's take it slow and steady. That wasn't so bad. Oh, that was cool. Yeah, there's definitely some weird slowdowns. People mentioned before that it seems like an emulator thing. I could believe that. It would seem strange to me that GBA emulation has issues like that, but not beyond the realm of believability. Okay, so the question is there some other, like... Oh, I wish I could see the maps of the other areas. Because this leads to Sector 1. Yeah, so these are the sectors that are next to each other, right? So, like, is there a transition here to Sector 5? I don't even know if the elevators are in action. You would expect there to be one. Yeah. I guess that could be in the bottom left, you know? Maybe that would have been worth checking, and maybe that's the only way to get to Sector 5. I feel like we were there relatively recently, but I guess we probably didn't have the red doors open. But at this rate, it's a little bit of a trek to, like, I guess it's a little too late. I mean, I could go back, of course. It's not that it's impossible, but I'm gonna go here and just look at the map. Yeah, we're not. Yeah, because there's the green door there. Because I was thinking, like, what if I go to the navigation room in Sector 3 and we're told to go somewhere? If I go up, will the Sector 5 door be locked, but I can go back to the central hub or whatever? There will be some way to get there. but it might not be obvious. But again, like this whole like breaking out of where we're kind of more obviously supposed to go, I think that is done in such a more interesting way than in Zero Mission. Well, there's clearly something here, right? Oh, maybe this is just the fast travel room, actually. Okay, or not. You've got a power bomb. Might as well use one. Yeah, worth a shot. Like there could be something on the top right here. I don't remember which sector. Like I wish the tunnels had a like in the main hub. There's like an arrow and a number telling you which exit leads to which area, but we don't get that here. But you know, let's even if we don't explore everything, let's at least check out this area or like this. This like top section of rooms. There could be stuff that's like very well hidden, but since we haven't been here since the very beginning, anything that's even like slightly, you know, strange would be something we could check out pretty quickly if our newfound abilities are going to help with. Oh, it's okay. There are those kinds of blocks. I mean, it doesn't immediately look like something, but there could be a power bomb block anywhere here. So I'll go around top. I mean, it seems doubtful, but at the same time, you can't really take everything at face value, or you won't really find any secrets, right? This is this where we... No, this is not where we came back. I'll check that conspicuous gap in the map. There's like a hollow area right in the center. There's everything else that's connected here. We'll just through here. Yeah, we had to go through there to come get to the thing, fan thing. See? Conspicuous gap. Which obviously, as soon as we had the missiles, we could have gotten that, so. Not some fancy late game upgrade or anything, but hey. It's completion percentage, and it's more missiles. Doesn't hurt. Could have missed something in that other gap, but I think we're good, but I think I might as well drop down here. And maybe I can check... Let's check the top left here. I doubt it, but I guess be thorough. Aha! See? There was something there. Wait, what the... Well, okay. This seems like some bullshit. But maybe just enough. Nope. Wait, is there... What the heck? Okay, that's fucking... Okay, so there's a Shine Spark, like, speed booster block on the top left. And... this does not seem to have been enough. The graphics here look so peculiar that it's like I'm inclined to think this is something, but didn't seem to be something. floor is uneven here. I'll just check. There's like the wall here isn't anything. Surely it wouldn't be like such like a pixel specific thing. Yeah, there's got to be some other trick to it. There's something there, obviously. But wow, it really does not seem obvious at all how you would... Like, there's a slope right here. So if you could maintain speed boost through here... Oh, see the ceiling? Okay, yeah, I get it. There's something here, right? This is some bullshit, I'm sure. Oh, okay, that's interesting. I thought you would bump into the ceiling from the right. Because you can keep it for a bit, but not that long. So I guess if you charge it here and then like jump up, because you probably can't like, well, I guess you could climb the ladder and then like shine spark to dash into this wall and then start running and then charge it here. Like I assume I'm somewhat on the right track. But looking at the map, it doesn't look like... Yeah, so you definitely can't charge it down here either. Well, unless... that seems like some bullshit. Anyway, we found another room though, so... Fuck is this shit? Okay. There's clearly more to the shine spark in this game than I understand. Well, I guess... Okay, so I gotta start here. I can't, like, run into this room. Unless you can run past before... Okay, let's just check. Can I, like... go through before they spawn or something? Oh, okay, but I can shoot them, actually. What the... Like, so even that doesn't... Well, I guess... Okay, so what if I don't... Gotta, like, stop and then do that, and then... Okay. I've never done any of these fancy delayed, like, shine sparks, so... It's just interesting to get a sense of what you can do and how you do it. Oh, fucking hell. Because you need to press up to stand up. You need to... I don't know. Because you can't really do a... Okay, no, you can do... Okay, from a... Well, you can do a somersault from a standstill, but not from a... Well... No, actually, it's easier from a crouch, because you can hold forward. Okay. Oh, I did not press down a second time. Yeah, I mean, all of this shit is honestly beyond me. I'm just kind of humoring it, just even contemplating giving this a shot. Oh, well, I guess when I don't have the charge, it's like, oh, I can just somersault from a crouch, but nope, it doesn't work that way when you actually have the charge, I guess. So I have to charge it and then stand up. But if I start a little earlier, I don't have to duck so close to the edge. First, I have to go right up against the wall. But I want to get this for the satisfaction of at least having gotten one of the... I mean, even though I don't give a shit about the actual upgrade. There we go. Was it satisfying? I don't know. I can at least say that I've done it. And maybe I learned something about how this works in the process. I mean, it would have been sick if that was an energy tank. The journey is the real reward. I guess so. Well, the journey was more interesting than the power bomb upgrade. I guess that is true. To whatever extent there was one. Okay, so does that then mean that we could... I guess you could just barely charge it before you leave the screen. Jump through here. Jump. Because if you shine spark directly into this slope, you'll start running again, right? Is that how it works? I mean, you get to keep the charge for quite a bit, so... It's not that crazy to try this here. I mean, I ruled it out as crazy, but then we did this other one, so now it's not as crazy anymore. Again, like, all of the... You'll just retain your charge. Maybe I wasn't clear, but that's exactly what I meant. Shit, I need to crouch again. Okay. Like, I could have jumped through the door, but there's so little room there anyway that kind of worked. Yeah, I feel... Maybe I'm wrong, but it feels like the charge is a little more generous than it is in, like, Super Metroid. Oh, sick. Okay. Well, I'm glad we bothered with this then. Energy tank. Worth it. Alright, that feels good. That feels good. From going to this, going like, how the fuck are you supposed to do this? To like... Well, okay. Now I have the confidence that I could try it. And, we got it, like, second try. That sure was a conspicuous gap in the map. And of course, now we have more conspicuous gaps. And now I'm starting to think... You know, we got like 2 or 3 more energy tanks than I would normally have gotten just through, like, casual play without trying to find stuff. So, maybe we should be happy with that. Of course, now I'm starting to think, well, there is more to explore in Sector 3. Actually, where do we go? Well, I go down either way. The hell was... I mean, I did break those before, right? No, I did not. Okay. Oh, well, I guess we're backtracking then. We're not getting through this way. Okay, pasta beans. Well, we got some good stuff. I'll say that much. More than I expected, to be perfectly honest. Now, where do I go from here? What are the odds that I'll find another energy tank here? I feel like it's low, and well, we might as well save, actually. Imagine that, like, 10 times, and that's the method before getting the secret conversation. Yeah, that's kind of what I remember seeing. Like, I don't remember if it's a thing in this game, but I know in oh, I guess I don't know why it wouldn't be, but in Zero Mission I know there's like stuff where you have to do the ball spark, whatever, like you do the shine spark in morph ball form. You get through like single tile gaps and stuff, and it's just like, ugh, that shit just seems kind of obnoxious to me. Although, so do I... Let me go through to the hidden... let me fast travel to Sector 3, I should say. And, I'll see if... I'll look at the map and determine whether we will keep looking. So I guess... I probably could... The elevator at the bottom, that leads to the secret lab shit, right? Where we did have that undiscovered shine spark thing, but If I'm gonna keep searching through everything like this, there's zero chance that we'll beat this tonight. Not that like we have to, but I wasn't expecting or planning this to take longer than this. Of course, last stream was cut short a little bit, but even so, I feel like this is the longest game actually in this entire little series playthrough. So we went to the top left, and I believe that there was an energy tank there, but we didn't check out this whole bottom part, the bottom left part. I really want to find out if there's another path to another sector, though. It's the sectors on the right half that I don't know about, but let's see here. Do I even get? Well, I did. Okay, yeah, I'll get to that part somehow. I did before. This was the route I took, but probably. Save room. Recharge, which doesn't do much for us right now. Well, hey, let's. Who knows what's behind here? We shouldn't necessarily assume that there's nothing. That's like the second time I've managed to absorb X using the power bomb, and both times I'm like, oh shit, that's a cool thing, and then it's like, is it like practical to actually do though? I mean, it's the exact time of cool little hidden thing that you go like, oh shit, that's kind of cool though. So I mean, I appreciate it, and I think it's very keeping in the Metroid spirit. Yeah, so this is not the route I took. Yeah, I guess you went to the big vertical room on the left. Makes more sense. Space jump! Damn you, space jump! That works. Okay, that's interesting. Well, I guess we're extra exploration already paying dividends. Want to make sure there's no stray creatures here. Please don't tell me there's more. Good. I don't want any more fucking speed boost panels. Hey, more completion percentage. We'll take it. I mean, obviously, a majority of the things we can collect are not going to be energy tanks, so... so going down right from here, and then going left. Man, doing fucking, like, 100% speedruns is some serious shit, though. It's like, there's a lot to do. Just, like, remembering where everything is seems like such a... crazy endeavor. You did go down through here, right? Okay, yes. Well, that's probably enough room. We can't really do that while running, so... So down here and then to the left is what we didn't do before. Think. Wait, hang on. Okay, yeah. Okay. Well, let's just take this to its logical conclusion and see what we can find. I think we went about that far. Oh yeah, because the bottom left corner of that room was like unexplored. Could be something there. Okay. Nope. I pulled in the X with the power bomb, but I didn't actually collect it because I was already jumping around. Okay. Well, any room that has, like, it's surrounded by other rooms, I think it's safe to assume that it's not going to have any stuff. Assuming there's nothing here, but assumptions are not conclusive. Power bombs are. I remember this being a little more of a chore to go through earlier. But that's how it goes. Of course, you know, you want shit to be satisfying when you're fully kitted like this. Okay, good that I didn't fall there. Oh, there was something with a timer or something here, wasn't there? Vaguely recall something like that. It looked like you'd be able to go up. There's no, like, visible blocks to break. But this is like the main use of the power bombs, I guess. Might as well. Oh yeah, the boiler. It looks like kind of enough room to speed boost here. There could be a speed boost thing on the left. No, I guess not. Again, the fact that you can go here seems like to suggest to me that you may want to. But it doesn't seem like we're actually finding anything, though. You know, whenever I did find stuff before, I was kind of surprised. Now that there's nothing here, I'm kind of surprised again. But oh well. I wasn't necessarily expecting collectibles, but I was wondering if we would find a pathway to... Actually, this is Sector 5, so there wouldn't be another sector to our immediate left. I mean, I guess it's circular, so it would loop, realistically, but in terms of the game map, it makes sense that this is the leftmost point. It does beg the question, though, if we could have found fast travel points to sectors 2, 4, 6 that we didn't. Oh wait, is this? No, this is sector 3. I'm an idiot. Never mind. Well, I guess we're going up. I guess I didn't. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think we even used power. Yeah, there's no way there's anything up here. I just realized I didn't actually try it, but. Wanted? Oh, right. Okay. So... Well, because of the novelty of the idea, why don't we go to the navigation room here and see if we can go up this elevator and see, because like I just know that, I mean, it may be that we go up this elevator and we can't even leave the elevator room and we have to take this way back, but I know that obviously like the elevator rooms previously have not always been unlocked just because they, or rather they have not necessarily stayed unlocked just because they've been unlocked at some point. They have not necessarily remained so. So let's see what's up here. Oh man, that's nice and fast. 42 power bombs, that's a lot. I might as well save. We're maybe past the point, especially as long as we're not dealing with any bosses, past the point of every room being like risking imminent death at any point, but probably worth saving. Samus, we're done here. Leave the rest to the Federation. You should be preparing to evacuate the station. Yeah, you actually see it on the map there. You don't see it on the regular map screen, but in this navigation thing, like, it's all in a circle, so 5 and 6 would be connected. Anyway. Are you joking? Do they know how dangerous the X are? How quickly they reproduce? The Federation has taken an interest in the X and SAX. They believe this life form has endless potential applications. Oh, okay, well that's optimistic. This is ridiculous. The X are heartless abominations. Whoa. Come on, Samus. What potential could they have? It's not necessary. Well, whatever. You should just leave quietly. It'll be worth the risk. Capturing the SAX, of course. Capturing? Yeah, okay. We'll just send in the cavalry. Like, if they have people who can deal with 10 SAXs just very casually, why the fuck is Samus getting any work? Like, I thought the idea was, like, she's like the utmost elite, the only person who can deal with this shit. They knew you would try to destroy. That's why they stopped sending you support data. The plasma beam modification was ready some time ago, but they withheld it to keep you from engaging. Oh, Samus? They must cancel it. Well, who gives a shit what... well, whatever. Yeah, having like 10 Samus who we cannot have a conversation with, who operate entirely on instinct. That instinct being like extinction and absorption of life force. Like, again, what's happening, like, the plot is kind of cool, but I don't like the dialogue. Soon as the Federation ships land, the X will overwhelm them and absorb the knowledge and power of their occupants. The X are just waiting for the hunt to begin, and then they'll spread across the universe. Galactic civilization will end. X hunger for form, knowledge, and power. They mimic these perfectly. They cannot copy the soul. They're single-minded, instinctively seeking to increase in number. See, this is basically what I was saying. X must not leave here. I must destroy them all before the Federation arrives. This station has a self-destruct mechanism. I must use it to destroy the X here and on the planet. The planet? I'm not sure. I guess are we orbiting a planet where there's X? I don't fucking know. Well, I guess it would be SR388, right? Because the X was like became prolific after the extinction of the Metroids, I guess. Whatever. I must send them to oblivion. Them, the station, and myself if I have to. Yeah. Okay. Did I fucking soft lock? Open the hatch. No, okay. In order to confine you until the ships arrive. I'll let them do this. Can you see what will happen, Adam? Boy. This is fucking Bionic Commando wife arm shit. Who is Adam? Whatever. You know that detonating the station in high orbit would not guarantee the complete extinction of the X-parasites, even though its station would be utterly destroyed. Well, I'll take my chances. To alter the station orbits, then you might be able to include the planet in the vaporization field of the self-destruct detonation. Well, that's good advice. You have to start the propulsion sequence now, before the Federation arrives. Okay, there we go. We convinced him. with the operations room and adjust the station's orbit path. That's pretty funny. Return to your ship and escape. Like, I can see how, like, again, I don't dislike the plot. I just think it's delivered in a... And I don't know... I mean, the writing is a little hokey, but I'm not sure if, like, better writing would be the solution. Like, I feel like even if the dialogue was good, having this much of it would be... I struggle to imagine myself being, like, really on board with it. But I don't know, maybe it's because I haven't seen what that version would be. Objections, lady? Alright, so I assume that now that we're friends with the computer, Adam, are we gonna get a monologue now that she's like, oh, he's my friend? No, okay, good. Yeah, I guess we are free to go wherever. So we wouldn't necessarily have to deal with the shortcut shit. That means, well, if that's true, the elevators might be locked. Okay, let's just take a look at each map before we go do the end shit. Oh, this is the Arctic one. Okay, I don't think we've been here for a bit. I feel like we were here relatively recently because we've opened the red doors. Well, there is one red door, but I don't think we necessarily opened that one. We might have skipped kind of past it. There's definitely that one hallway that's the vertical, well, the shaft, I guess I should say, that we got to early and determined that we need the space jump. So there's probably something at the top of that. So I'm gonna say that we're gonna do a little bit of exploration here. DJ Beats, what is up? We are doing some late game exploration shit. Am I mastering this game? I think that's a bit of a stretch. But we're enjoying it. We're taking our sweet time with it. Haha. Okay, never mind. So much for this idea then. We get through this room, but these rooms, but huh. It probably means then that. Well, out of curiosity, let me go back to Sector 3. Maybe all of those sectors, like maybe I'm at the point of no return. Maybe I already passed it. Because if I go down here, and that door, the equivalent door might be locked. I'm just kind of curious to get a sense of... because this is pretty, it's a little bit obtuse, right? Like it's, and I don't necessarily mean that in a bad way, it's just, yeah, it's gonna be locked. Interesting. Yeah, it's different. It's so different. Like, I mean, I had the feeling, it's not a shock that we're kind of locked in. I thought that might be the case. But when these doors were openable and we could go down to the other sectors, I was like, well, maybe. Like, I'm assuming this is going to be true for all of them, but it's just really irksome. Tropical shit. Oh, yeah, this is like the plant life. This is where we started. Yeah, this is where we first broke out. And started traveling to other sectors. I have no reason to expect this to be any different, but just for the sake of thoroughness. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it... Yeah. I'm just like a little puzzled what it would have taken to break out. Because I assume that we would have been able to backtrack. We're not going to be able to find anything, but I want to look at each map to see if... basically, each sector may have had a different point at which... Like, our last chance to explore each sector may not have necessarily been at kind of the same stage. But looking at this now, this is also where we came in from Sector 2 at the bottom left, from the tropical zone to do all this stuff at the bottom. I think this is kind of where we started tonight, actually. And I guess we went 2, 4, 6. And then we went back to the main hall into 1. Like, I guess it hasn't really felt like it. But I guess as part of this kind of home stretch, we have passed through pretty much every sector. Nocturnal, whatever. Yeah, we were here at least at some point. Yeah. Okay, interesting. I mean, looking at each map now, I took a pretty quick glance. I didn't look super thoroughly, but it wasn't like full of super obvious like shit I would have wanted to explore that I now feel like, oh, I don't get to go through all of that. Like, so I guess we can be reasonably happy. We got 2 or 3 extra energy tanks that I probably would not have gotten otherwise. So I guess we just have to be reasonably confident that we're okay equipped for the end game. Now, there might still be stuff here, of course. Well, whatever was through here, we've already collected. I mean, there's a red door there. That's our ship. Actually, where does that be? The tunnel. Oh, that's to the. Is that to the? Shit. The horizontal pathway through that red door. Oh, that is to the generator area, right? I mean, there's obviously one little gray room there. We have the recharge data, save everything we need in that top target room. I want to say... I know that we're fighting the SAX at some point. I don't know exactly when or where, but I recall it being kind of in this area. So I guess it's either that's the SAX fight up there, or it's happening kind of on the way there, or on our way back. I mean, the SAX probably not going to want us to change the path to blow up the planet, so it makes sense that they'd try to stop us. But I'm gonna go down and see if we can get to that generator area, just to look at it on the map, basically. Because this would be the time to go back there, and, well, except we are not allowed. Okay, well, I would assume that there would have been a point. Yeah, this game is like, it's so interesting in how it's structured. I think that's the thing. Like, people have a wait, why is this like transparent? My gun sticks through here. It doesn't seem quite intentional, but kind of funny. It's the classic thing. People complain about this game being linear and you're being told where to go, and you don't get the full map to explore and everything. But I think there's still so much meaningful exploration to do, and puzzle solving, like environmental puzzle solving in each of these areas, that it's so. It just, to me, it doesn't feel more restrained or constrained, I should say, but it feels more focused, which I think is really interesting. But it also gives like more opportunities for better or for worse, I guess, for like second guessing when and where you can kind of break out. Like in Zero Mission, it's easy to miss, but at the same time, if you're ready for it or know to look for it, it's like kind of signposted in a way that like, this is the final showdown. Like, you're going to the end now, and you know that when you're like, you're headed to the final boss, basically. So at that point, you can kind of figure out how you break out of the space pirate ship to go back to the main map and explore. And once you've done that, you can kind of just have the free reign of the entire map. And this is a little different because like even now, I'm not even sure when I would have been able to kind of break through a little bit to possibly explore more, or maybe, you know, but I still feel like I said, I was able to do a few more tricky collectibles. Like I didn't throughout this entire game, very, very rarely have there been any items that I've seen and determined that either I cannot collect it or I cannot be fucked figuring out how to collect it. Okay, just assumed I could go up here, but I guess not. Like, even if I would, like, then and now not know when or how I would have, like, taken a detour to collect whatever it is. I don't know, shit is just well hidden. There's been, like, very few, I think, collectibles that have been completely just out in the open. And even fewer still that were, like, hidden behind some very obvious, easy to find stuff. Like, most of it has been, at the very least, you know, not hidden behind... Why did I do this? Yeah, I know. At the very least, if you bomb a wall to find something, you almost always bomb a wall to go to a tile next to it on the map, so that the map itself doesn't telegraph that there's a hidden item on that block. I don't know. I think my appreciation for this game has just... I mean, it started pretty high once I started playing, but... before I started playing these games, I definitely would have expected this game to be very much on the lower end of my kind of list of preference. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're fighting in this room. Yeah, dude, fuck, I can't even access... Oh, what the fuck? Well, wait, I saved... When did I save? Did I save at the most recent save room? I know that there's a boss fight here, and I'd rather take... Ah, oh, fuck me. Never mind, I guess. I was gonna say, I'd rather... Well, I saved... I mean, I didn't do anything since my last save. But it might have been in Sector 3. I'll just... Whatever. It's fine. It is what it is. I would have expected this game to be near the bottom of my list of these, like, 4 games in terms of preference. But I'm finding it near the top of the list, honestly. Oh, even this is locked. Well, maybe if I can get up to it, we'll trigger. The damage, though. I guess I have to wait for it to land. I'm dead. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, I mean, yeah, I remember this being tough, but... Okay, I think this is the recent save room. It's not maybe the... Yeah, okay. Technically, there's the other one, but I think it's about as close. Jesus fuck, like... I'm not even entirely sure... Well, I'm pretty sure I'm fully stocked. So I guess you can't hit her when she's space jumping, so you don't really want to go flying so she just chases you. because she'll just stay in space jump for as long as you are, during which point you can't shoot her and she will hurt you. So you see, I was thinking like, you know, I remember using save states for this fight back then, but I was impatient. Maybe it's not so bad, but it seems pretty fucking bad. So I was thinking that missiles wouldn't work. This is going better. Oh, okay. Well, that went a lot better, actually. Doesn't look as cool, but what the fuck's going on? Okay. He's evolving. Well, at least it's not like ice beaming us in place or whatever. That really wasn't that bad. Where'd the X go? Hey, stop running away. Yeah, I like basically my first attempt at kind of, I don't know if I would call it manipulation, but like at teasing out a pattern. Was like pretty successful.
Propulsion sequence activated. Destination planet Antar.
No saving. Like this is rough though. Like get the Super Metroid music here too. So like I obviously were able to get through there somehow. I guess it wouldn't help us get down faster. But there's like another boss fight, isn't there? Like, how's this shit's gonna work? I mean, at least if we have to redo the SAX fight, I don't feel too bad about it. Because, yeah, that was, like, not that bad. I will take 5 seconds to stop here, though. Ice beam hits for 160. That's pretty rough. There's one last boss fight, like, right by the ship, right? There's another one of those weird, ugly... I'm assuming, yeah, I can't say it, of course. Perspective, like, fusion-style boss sprites. I mean, it makes sense. The X, like, even flew away, right? So I'm gonna double-check that I'm not going somewhere stupid. Just double checking. Okay, we got like 2 minutes. Haha. Okay. The fuck am I hitting? Okay. Never mind. I guess that was meant to happen. Baby Metroid, Baby X, whatever. Ice beam. Okay, help us. I guess we didn't refill. Oh! Okay, well now we kind of look like shit again. Okay, maybe this boss isn't super difficult. It's actually pretty sick. Okay, well, I was gonna say having a ship would be nice. Alright, my furry friends. Hey, don't, like, no hard feelings about that time I left you on Planet Zebes, right? Wait, was there an exit in that way? Okay, well, we got there. That shit was fucking satisfying. Ugh. This is not what I want of a Metroid ending. Incredible reunion with Anna may have saved the universe. Like, what a fucking, fucking nosedive after that climactic, awesome sequence and boss fight. Oh shit, that was so sick. And I was like, oh, ugh, not more of this shit. Not this, like, melodramatic. But how will the beings of the universe view our resolve? Ugh. That was sick though, but that was so satisfying that, like, that the SAX fight went as well as it did. And it's so funny because I remembered the ending being difficult, and I remembered that there's the SAX fight and there's something at the very end. But it's so funny that I didn't at all recall any, like, the fact that it's basically just the victory lap. You know, once you defeat SAX, you have to get there, but then you kill it in 2 seconds, and it's like a nothingness fight. But I'm glad that's losing to that thing and having to redo SAX. Like, oh, that would have sucked. But the fact that once you enter that room, the doors are locked. You can't save. You can't recharge. You even look at the map and it's like, oh, there's recharge rooms right there. Oh, you know, you just save and then you do the boss fight. It's fine. So I was like shitting my pants the first time, and of course I got ultra destroyed. But luckily I was able to adapt and actually do it well. And once I beat SAX, you have the timer, you have to do the whole thing, and there's a boss fight. Like, it's really, really well paced. It's like super well done. I think it's honestly, I like this ending way better than the Super Metroid one. Like, not this ending, but I mean, the sequence of going through the boss fights and whatever. Like, the fact that you it's not a surprise necessarily when you fight the SAX. Like, you know that's gonna happen sooner or later, and the way it happens is a bit like, oh fuck, I knew it, you know? But what happens afterwards, and the fact that you still don't really get, like, it doesn't feel... It's a climactic final boss fight, but you know that it's not over yet. It doesn't necessarily feel like a final boss fight the way Mother Brain does. Like, there's no build-up towards this is the final challenge, you know? So you leave, and then there's the Metroid thing, like... And you kind of like, oh fuck, especially I think I pumped myself up, like, expecting the final boss fight to be another really difficult one. But I think in my mind, I'm probably conflating this very final showdown with the Nightmare fight, because Nightmare ended up being totally fine. We did it first try, but I recall struggling with it the first time I played this game, and everyone in chat was like shocked that I beat Nightmare first try, because everyone was like, oh, have fun with this, you know, this thing is bullshit, and it went fine. So that's probably why I was like super scared and tense after defeating SAX. And when I couldn't damage it at first, I'm like, oh my god, oh shit, how's this fight's gonna go? And it hit me once, and I'm like in 1 health, like, oh shit. And I was like, this is a cutscene. And then you get the ice beam, and then it's just like, you feel really good. You just like beat the shit out of him in 2 seconds. And yeah, like my like I said, I used save states to beat SAX back then. And you know, if I didn't luck out to figure out this strat as quickly as I did, which is to me very untypical. Like, I don't consider myself good at pattern recognition or like learning strats, but I just, any boss fight in Metroid, I feel like I just brute force them. But I actually figured something out and used, like, it's you have no idea how satisfying it feels to to manage something like that, which is so unlike how I play games otherwise, I feel like. And to come off that like high, and going to this super cool sequence at the end. It's just like, fucking nailed it, yeah. So thank you very much for all the GGs and the you did it's and all that. That feels, I feel like I earned them for once. Yeah, but it's cool too. Like, I feel like so many times throughout playing this game, that's like maybe the coolest thing in general. Like, there's been so many times where I've like pondered something aloud, and it's like, oh, this seems to be foreshadowing this, or like, this is probably a hint, or this looks conspicuous. And like, after a little bit of digging, almost every time, it's like, yes, my hunch was correct. Which isn't me bragging. It's more about, yes, they designed it in such a way to give you that hunch, and like, they're not like fucking with you. They are. You know, there's a lot of secret, hidden, obtuse things, but they are kind of, there's some breadcrumbs here and there. Whether it's like something that's going to happen, or where an item is hidden, or where the boss fight's happening, or whatever, like, I think that's a really interesting, like, I think the frequency of having that feeling playing this game of like, what the fuck is this? Oh wait, I think I'm like onto something. Like, you feel smart. I feel like this game manages to give you that feeling a lot more frequently than the others. I mean, especially Zero Mission, which I feel is very kind of bland compared to this, honestly. Again, like, feeling more positive about Fusion in general than I thought I would. Even bigger of a surprise for me replaying these games is how much less kind of interest I have in Zero Mission. To me, out of these 4 games we've played, Zero Mission is by a significant margin my least favorite. And I used to think of it a long time ago as like my favorite Metroid, which is funny. I mean, I do like the controls of Zero Mission better than Super Metroid, but I think the pacing and just the overall, like, Super Metroid has more fun moments in it. Zero Mission, like, the whole Zero Suit escape stealth sequence at the end is very novel and cool, but it's kind of one of the only really interesting parts of the game. And it's not even a very fun part, it's just neat. But this game had a lot of, I don't know, it feels like the most inventive out of all of these. I really loved AM2R, but it's funny how, for as much praise as I gave that game for feeling different and unique and like incorporating a lot of what I consider typical Metroid, like Super Metroid type stuff, also being structured kind of different. Looking back on it now, it feels so much closer to the other 3 games than this. Like, this is so much its own beast. And honestly, it has me very intrigued. I feel like my perception of what a Metroid game is or should be in terms of structure has been so recalibrated by playing these games that I now suddenly have, I think, if not higher expectations of Metroid Dread, at least I've given Dread more ways to disappoint me, potentially. Like, I feel like if Metroid Dread structurally and like in terms of map design, like if it feels like a Super Metroid, because honestly, I feel like most other Metroid type games, and it's not a genre I'm like super well familiar with because I haven't finished that many of them, because the ones I have gotten to play, I typically fall off of because I don't really enjoy these types of games that much if they're not really well done. Case in point, the Metroid games. But of the ones I have played, I feel like for the most part, they feel a lot closer to Super Metroid than anything else. Obviously, that's a great game, but I feel like this game is such a shining example of how much leeway you really have with that style of gameplay, but structured in a different way. So, if Metroid Dread is finally coming out because there was some idea of how to actually do something interesting with it, as opposed to just rehashing similar ideas or whatever, I really hope that it feels... I mean, I felt from the very beginning, going through these games, that I hope Metroid Dread will give us something new. But if it's another Metroid, that's fine, if it's more of the same. But now I'm kind of realizing that there isn't really a same for there to be more of. I mean, Zero Mission is kind of more of the same because it sticks so closely to Super Metroid without really adding too much on top. And I mean, in a sense, that's the most recent... Well, I was going to say the most recent original 2D Metroid, but I guess it's a remake, and you have the Samus Returns and whatever, but I've gotten a different appreciation and perspective on how different these games are. that I now suddenly have a different level of expectation. Like I feel like I previously had a hope for Dread to be mechanically and structurally unique, but now I feel like I have an expectation of it to be mechanically and structurally unique. And if it isn't, that's going to be a little bit of a letdown. I'm excited to play it, and I hope it's good. But I feel like, man, I hope it kind of takes more from Fusion. Or even if it's not like Fusion, I would love to see it be as bold as Fusion in terms of reinventing and like changing things and breaking from tradition. But we'll see. My expectations on it delivering on those lofty goals is not super high, to be perfectly frank. Lilo-san, sorry I missed your question. I'm playing on emulator. I have a USB Super Nintendo controller, but I'm playing on emulator. Here for the bikini shot. Who gives a shit about John Malkovich or whatever? Yeah, we'll see what we get there in terms of time and collecting percentage here. I doubt we'll get the hottest, top tier, best ending of any kind, but Other M takes a lot of its structure from this. Yeah, I really do want to play Other M, and I feel like I'm more in, like, we're not going to jump directly into that now because we're playing Metroid Dread, and I think once we're past Metroid Dread, it'll be October, so maybe we should try to get back to the Onimusha games finally. Seems like a not the worst kind of games for October, right? I mean, I still don't really have the perfect, or not even perfect. I don't have an adequate setup to play Other M, but I could arrange one. Maybe I should wait a little more because coming off of all these good games, maybe if Dread is terrible, that'll be an incentive to jump into Other M. But I feel like I'll have very strongly mixed feelings on Other M. There are parts of it that I think I have potential to enjoy. There are parts of it that I am certain that I will very strongly dislike. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like the only thing I know about Other M, like I know that there are very mixed opinions on a lot of the mechanical aspects of it, but everyone universally hates the story stuff. I mean, shit, I hate the story stuff in this game, and people don't really talk about that you know, people didn't really have the response to this game they had to Other M about the story and dialogue shit being so terrible. But that's the only thing everyone talks about with Other M, and I also know that it's all like unskippable cutscenes and shit. So that's what I'm dreading the most, like having to sit through it and not being able to ignore it. But we'll power through and we'll get to it at some point. I mean, as far as like playing Metroid games now, it's all about, for me, going through the 2D series and kind of building up preparation, you know, anticipation of Dread. But you know, I'm definitely in a bit of a Metroid mood, and there's certainly like other kind of fan games and ROM hacks and stuff that I would be curious to take a look at some point. But you know, there's so many other fucking video games back there. We still have this fucking pile of Super Famicom and Saturn games that I got for my birthday we haven't even looked at yet, so we gotta get to that soon. I guess that's Saturday's stream then, because we're doing fighting games tomorrow, so we'll do that for Saturday. But Dread hits next Friday, I believe. So next week will be maybe, well, we'll see. Maybe we'll actually, fuck, I probably don't want to start on Onimusha 2 before Dread though. But anyway, if we're playing Metroid Other M, and I do want to play that at some point, I don't think I will do that as part, like by the time we've gotten through Dread, I'm going to be really eager to clear the slate a little bit for other stuff. But you know, if I were to set up some other better, more improved way of playing Wii games, I mean, I have some other stuff. I have like No More Heroes, and well, we did play Mad World. What do I fucking have? I don't know. I have a couple of Wii games. But as far as getting to the few Wii games I have in my collection, Other M is definitely high on the list. Anyway, let's finish watching this ending. I reflected upon his words. I don't even want to read this aloud. I just kind of want to ignore this shit. Also, I can kind of appreciate the idea of like absorbing the SAX and like your suit gets upgraded and you get your power suit colors again. that's a novel idea, but man, the fusion suit just looks way better in the gravity suit colors. It just looks so much better, so much cooler. Because now it's even more now it's even more of a direct comparison to the original suit, that you can just tell that it doesn't look as good. When you have a different color scheme, at least it's enough of its own thing that it has its own appeal. But right now, it just looks like the power suit, but uglier, so it kind of sucks. Ship moved on its own. Is it possible, Adam? Nah, it was definitely our furry friends. Surely, right? That's what I choose to believe. They lent me a hand. Lend him a hand, okay? I'm gonna choose to give these guys credit. Alright. There you have it. Man, honestly, I, throughout pretty much the entirety of this game, but especially once we started it, and I realized that this game was gonna fucking kick my ass, I was really worried about being able to finish this game. I was like, dude, is this gonna be so much harder that I'm not gonna finish it? Because again, the memory of having to use save states to beat SAX lingered in my mind. And then we kept dying so many times, but honestly, I loved it. Not dying specifically, but the level of challenge being interesting. Like, in AM2R, we died a couple of times, but I feel like even then, the threat, we didn't die nearly as much as in this game. The threat was kind of implied. It felt dangerous. It felt like I was definitely feeling unease. It was a very creepy, spooky game in a way. Without being scary, it felt tense in a way I really enjoyed. But this game felt tense in a totally different way. Like, it killing you so quickly, and you just kind of... I mean, it's almost kind of like the NES game, honestly, where you, at least at the start, you have no energy, your gun has no range, you're just like... You don't know where to go, you feel extremely vulnerable and, like, isolated. And I feel like this game kind of brought that feeling back in a way Zero Mission definitely does not. So, that was cool. It like, I think they balanced it really well, because it felt super tough and tense and difficult, but we got through it. And I don't even consider myself like a fucking super player or anything. I mean, I'm satisfied with how well I did in certain boss fights and stuff, but all in all, like, yeah, pretty cool. So I guess we get a sub 5 hour at least. I don't know where the thresholds are, but you get like this bit, and then there's like a illustration, but there's like other... Yeah, well, sub 5, but not by a huge margin. What about there? 72%. Damn, there's like still a lot of items. Wow, we didn't even get... Wow, okay, I'm surprised. We didn't even get to see her without the helmet. Maybe you need more item percent. Like, I understand, I think people mentioned in chat that the criteria for the different endings in this game is a little more convoluted. This is the worst ending. I'm surprised, actually. I mean, it doesn't bother me, because I definitely focused on taking it slow and collecting stuff. Time is sub 4. Okay, makes sense. Well, we got the best ending in Super Metroid anyway, and I think we got like the helmet less in Zero Mission. 70% sub 4 and then sub 4. Okay, so 3 hours isn't even a thing in this game. Okay, well that makes me feel a little bit better at least, because that makes me feel like if we didn't go out of our way to collect stuff, sub 4 could definitely have been done. So if you get 100%, if I would have kept searching and got like an 8-hour time and 100% collection item collection, whatever, it would have been a different ending. I see. But yeah, that's the thing. Like, it would be nice if there was I mean, I guess if you do, fucking sub 4 with 100%. How the fuck does that work? That seems insane to me. But I mean, of course, well, I'm sure the 100% speedrun world record is a lot lower than 4 hours. So, I mean, I guess I would think it's crazy because I just beat it for essentially the first time. Yeah, 250 missiles. So we got, what, 205 something? We got 42 bombs. We missed like 8. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Like, obviously, if you're going for 100%, you're gonna, like, unless it's your first time through, you're gonna know where everything is. In fact, if you're going for a sub 4, and if you're not, like, purposefully skipping stuff to get a good time, you're probably gonna know stuff. I don't know. 1 hour 35, yeah. But that's even real time, really, right? That's not in-game time? Because in-game time would be lower. Because even if you're not pausing to rant to your stream chat, yeah, 1 hour 3 minutes, yeah. Because it's just like door transitions and item pickups and dialogue and whatever, like it adds up. Again, I mean, that's half an hour of 90 minutes. It's a good chunk. Yeah, because I think we got a similar time. Actually, I think we were over 5 hours in AM2R, but we died so many times in this, we had to redo stuff, and we spent time. There was so much more dialogue to read. Yeah, but I think, you know, it's funny though, because I didn't necessarily, I guess, want to collect stuff to get a better ending. Truth be told, like, part of why I wanted to collect more stuff was that I wanted to be better equipped for the final boss fight. Which, you know, if I had 3 fewer energy tanks, like, the security droid fight would have been harder. Like, there were several boss fights throughout this game where I beat it with less than 100 health. So it's I don't regret it at all. I feel definitely more compelled to replay AM2R than this right now. Not that I'm gonna replay either of them right now, but you know, if I had this game on my GBA at the time and I beat this game, like, yeah, I'd be. Even now, I feel like I have at least an academic interest or curiosity, or however you'd phrase it, to learn where more of the stuff is hidden that I missed. Yeah, like low percent stuff, like low percent reverse boss order, like all that gimmicky shit, I think is like, I can appreciate it on a, you know, theoretic level, and like that people, it's cool that people do it, but I would have no interest in doing that myself. So I'm just curious. So you can't start over. I'm gonna copy. Oops, okay, well that works. Just doing a little bit extra research here. So at this point, okay, all right. So this is fascinating. This is exactly what I wanted to check, because in Zero Mission it's the same thing. You see it's cool that they have that in this game too. You see your collection stuff and you see the time. However, oh yeah, there's a little check by the missile, because I would guess that means we have. Oh wait, hang on. Does that mean that we have? Oh, I guess we have every missile in this sector? Because the numbers that we see there on the top left, those are not for this sector. That's for the entire game. I guess that's a difference, because in Zero Mission, I think you get the completion numbers. It'll show you how many you have left in each sector. So that's still a bit rough. That, like, okay, I guess I have all the missiles in main deck. But when I'm looking for stuff, I don't distinguish whether I'm looking for missiles or E-tanks, you know? But so what I was thinking is, because we are saving here at a point where we cannot, as far as I can tell, we cannot go back to explore. The game probably wouldn't give you that, you know, post-game completion stats on screen, but they do. However, I don't think that means that we can now suddenly backtrack and explore. Actually, what's on my left here, though? We probably can't go through because it's probably blocked off by something. But I wonder if we start a new save game, or a new game, rather. Oh yeah, there's Ridley, right. If we start a new game, do we get those stats from the beginning? I feel like that's probably the case. I don't know if there's like a reset. Yeah, okay, just do that. So that's why I copied the save file. I guess there's like, I'm not gonna go, it doesn't make any difference. But if we start over, man, imagine getting like New Game Plus, keeping all your shit. That'd be pretty sick. Oh my god. We're literally starting over and I'm still not allowed to skip this shit. Like, holy fuck. This is egregious. Oh. Oh, this shit is so cool though. Dun, 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 dun. The music's good too. Man, I really kind of want a kind of remaster of this. Not to like to redo the graphics or anything, but as I talked about before, like having this with all the non-pixel art 2D assets in like high resolution and like crystal clear audio. Because the music is good, but it's... I mean, it's on GBA, you know, with all that comes with that. But like this shit, like having all of this in like crisp high resolution would be really nice. As long as they don't fucking add voice acting or some shit. Then it wouldn't be worth it, I guess. I cannot believe this shit is unskippable. Like, how do people stomach speedrunning this if you have to sit through this shit? Maybe people speedrun from a save file. Or some shit. Like, I'm... frame advance. I don't even, like... There's something like that. Rewind. Nah, I don't know. We'll match through it. We're, oh shit, I was gonna say we're a bit early to cut the stream, but we're actually not. It's almost 10 p.m. This actually ended up being timed perfectly. I mean, we've watched this much of the intro. I can't back out now. I guess I'll take the opportunity to take a look at who we might be hosting when we're done here. I just want to see. I mean, I guess probably several of you in chat probably know, but I'm assuming that being given the option to start a new game from the same save file is probably like the purpose of that. I assume is to have the stats, because again, like what would be the point of getting that option after beating the game if you can only use it on a save file where you can't explore anymore? Although I suppose if I don't have the stats here now, I guess that might mean that you can actually explore once you're at that point, which doesn't seem like it would be the case, but clearly there's a lot of shit that I didn't discover in this game. Yeah, that's fascinating. Like 72% is the highest completion percentage of any of the games we played, I think. But it's still like that's more than a 20, like more than a quarter of all the collectibles I did not find. Like in I feel like in all the other games there were plenty of places where it's like, okay, there's something here, but I'm not gonna bother figuring this out. In this game I didn't even see what it was. Like that's interesting to me. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's kind of interesting. you can... At least you can speed up the text here. Yeah, like I've seen all the artwork, of course. It's like you can find it on the internet easily enough. And it's pretty cool. Like, I like the illustrations. Oh man, you look so different. So you have nothing. There you go. Okay, so we have all this shit on screen. Actually, can I? Yeah, let's save. In case I ever want to play this again, I can load this save file instead of having to watch the intro again. Alright, there we go. Metroid Fusion, hell of a game. Well, start of a game, it's not exactly New Game Plus, because you don't actually get to keep anything. It's just, basically the only thing you get to keep is the game knowing that you have beaten it before, which is, I mean, I assume if you start a new game on a new file, it won't give you that information. Otherwise, I don't really see the point. But yeah, that was extremely sick. I really, really enjoyed this game. More so than I thought I would, but also more so than I thought in relation to the other games. I've enjoyed all four, but for me, the most enjoyable experience is easily between AM2R and this. In fairness, and what I said after beating AM2R is that like it's very high on my list right now, but it's also the novelty of playing it for the first time without knowing anything about it. And for all intents and purposes, that's the experience I had with Fusion too. I knew some stuff, I knew about the SAX fight, like I've played it before, but it's been so long that the things I did retain and remember were vastly overshadowed by all the shit that I had completely forgotten. So, you know, maybe the novelty counts for some of it. And if I were to replay all of these games multiple times, maybe my perception would change. But I don't think it would change that much, because I feel like this is my first time playing these games like sequentially in rapid succession, and I think playing the other games so close to it has not been kind to Zero Mission, and if anything, kind of makes me appreciate this game more than I might have otherwise. So I don't know that my idea would change all that much. Even like Super Metroid, I've always liked the game. It's always been cool, but I feel like I've respect it more than I enjoy it, perhaps. And I had a blast playing through that game. That was a really fun experience. And I dislike the controls the most in that game out of all four, but it's a pretty damn sick game too. But yeah, Fusion, pretty awesome. Fighting games tomorrow. Viewer's Choice versus Fighting Game stream tomorrow from 7 p.m. Central European Summertime. We'll see what we get to play. Always exciting, always a little bit terrifying, but always a good time. And I guess Saturday is going to be all these Super Famicom and Saturn and PlayStation games and shit. So tune in for that. But I'll peace out for tonight. Thank you very much for hanging out and cheering on. I guess it looks like Rionel is streaming KOF 15 analysis in French. We'll host him. Sure, why not? Take care, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.